now relaying the signs to the rest of the infield here, and we're about ready to get underway.
Here we go, Matty.
As Joe Montes is at the plate in a 2-1 count. Dillard walked the first hitter, Rivera, on 4 pitches, and then after getting Summerall down 0-2 in the count, hit him with a 2-2 pitch. And Dillard fastball misses inside for ball 3. And we're seeing some early action in that Bearcat bullpen now. Doesn't look like Dillard has much of a leash tonight.
You got him, Matt.
Dillard now comes to the plate.
That
will be fouled off. 3-2 now.
Matthew, let's go right here.
Okay, this is about as big as a pitch as you could have in the first inning of a game right here with nobody out.
Here you go, Matty.
Dillard puts Montes on. That really sets a bad tone for the Bearcats going forward, having the bases loaded with nobody out. He'll come to the plate with the 3-2.
Nice.
Montes will hit that high into the air, but not very far. Out there in left field is Jack Rogers, as he will make the catch, and Garcia will flake like he's going to third, but he'll get back to the bag, and it's 1 out.
Away, Matthew, let's go.
Here we go, 1 pitch away right here, let's go.
So 1 away now, turns on first and second, and stepping in for the Owls is the cleanup hitter, Bobby Morganson.
Away, baby, come on.
Morganson tied for the team lead in home runs with 7 on the season, and he has 33 RBIs to go along with it while hitting .310. Morganson, another lefty, facing the left-hander Dillard. Looking at this Owls order right now, you see how they have it staggered: righty, lefty, righty, lefty, righty, lefty. Not till 7 and 8 where you get 2 back-to-back righties in this lineup. Now Dillard comes home with the pitch. Breaking ball misses low and away for ball 1. Now Dillard comes home with it. Misses on the outside, 2-0. Dillard, he's been working from behind almost exclusively here in this first inning. There is action up in the bullpen, and it appears to be a lefty, so his leash is not going to be long. That fastball catches the outside part of the plate for a strike. Big one. Now it's 2-1. He checks his swing unsuccessfully. Morganson does at the plate, and that's a called strike 2. 2-2 to count now as Dillard looks to continue to try to get out of this inning. Takes a long look in as Morganson sets up. Dillard comes home with it, and Morganson able to foul that one off. Fastball up and away, he was able to fight off there and stay alive. Morganson is a little bit prone to the strikeout, 36 on the season compared to just 13 walks. He is hitting .310 though, so he does put the bat on the ball quite a bit. That fastball catches the bottom of the zone for a strikeout. And Morganson will go down looking as Matt Dillard has 2 away now with 2 runners on. He looks to get out of the inning. Now stepping in for the Owls is second baseman Francisco Urbaez. Sporting a .322 average on the season and has an on-base percentage of .443, which leads the team. Very patient hitter. He leads the team in walks with 32. But he swings at the first pitch right there and fouls it off. Strike 1. So this would be big for Dillard and the Bearcats if he can get out of this after allowing free passes to the first 2 runners. On deck, if we get that far, for the Owls is Mitchell Hardigan, a freshman who's hitting .345 on the season. Fastball just misses the inside corner for a ball. We're 1-1 now. Cannon held it there for a bit. He really wanted that call. Didn't quite get it. Now Dillard takes the look in and he'll set up. He comes to the plate with it. That fastball almost hit Urbaez, but Cannon's able to corral it and not let the runners advance. Dude, it was raining all day in Huntsville today. I wonder if the humidity now is affecting Dillard's command of his pitches. Not able to quite get the grip on the ball that he would like. Now Dillard will come with the pitch. Urbaez will pop that up in the left. Jack Rogers going back to the wall. And the ball falls in front of him. His 2 runs are going to score, and Urbaez is going to third. And he will slide into third safely. Oh, man, it looked like a pop-up off the bat, but that ball just kept carrying, went all the way to the wall. Rogers not able to corral it. It lands in front of him. 2-run score, Rivera and Summerall, and now Urbaez is standing on third, and the Owls will take a 2-0 lead. Gosh, Dillard was just about out of the inning before that one. Not what you want. A triple for Francisco Urbaez, and now standing into the batter's box is Mitchell Hardigan, the freshman sporting a .345 batting average. Hardigan checks a swing right there for a ball on a breaking pitch that misses outside. Dillard working more quickly now as he's already set up, ready to go. Comes home with it, and Hardigan will foul off that fastball. That had to hurt. Went right off his foot. 1-1 now. One and one on the way from Dillard. And Hardigan will line that, but right to second baseman Riley McKnight, and that will end the inning. Dillard allows a walk and a hit by pitch before triple by Francisco Urbaez with 2 outs, gets the Owls on the board. We'll be right back with the Bearcats starting lineup here on the Bearcat Sports Network. All right, I'm Gabe Myers, and we're back here on the Bearcat Sports Network as we're going to take a look at the Bearcat starting lineup today as they come up in the bottom half of the first inning. Leading off and catching is senior Jordan Cannon, hitting .391 on the season. Playing right field and batting in the 2-hole is Colton Cowser, who yesterday hit for the cycle. Batting third and playing third base is Diego Davila. Not many starts in the 3-hole for him this year. Hunter Hearn, the first baseman, is hitting cleanup. In center field and batting fifth is Clayton Harp. DHing and batting sixth is Gavin Johnson. In left field batting seventh, Jack Rogers. At shortstop, batting eighth is Jackson Lofton. And in the 9-hole is second baseman Riley McKnight. As Cannon takes a swing at the first pitch and hits it in the right field, but that is caught by Morganson for the first out. 1 pitch, 1 out. Now stepping into the batter's box for the Bearcats is freshman outfielder Colton Cowser. Cowser's been one of the most consistent hitters, not just for the Bearcats, but in the country. 7 homers, 44 RBIs this year, hitting .363. Power to all fields. The freshman lefty looks like one of the best players in the country. So now he steps into the box. First pitch on the way. That goes through the catcher's legs for a ball. On the mound today is Hunter Cooley. He's a freshman for the Florida Atlantic Owls. Cooley making his 5th start of the year. He has a record of 4-3 this season, an ERA of 6 in 24 innings, 16 strikeouts against just 6 walks. Cowser grounds out the shortstop right there. Playing short is Alvarez. Wilfredo Alvarez making the play over there, and now there's 2 away very quickly for the Bearcats. Just took 3 pitches for Cooley to get 2 outs. And now stepping into the batter's box is freshman third baseman Diego Davila. Davila getting a start today. When he does start, he's usually hitting at the bottom of the order. Very rare for him to be hitting into 3-hole. That's usually a spot reserved for Cowser. Cooley with the pitch on the way, and Davila takes a swing and fouls it off. Very apparent early on, the Bearcats' approach is to go after Cooley. And you see Cooley this year in 24 innings pitched, he's only walked 6 batters. So he's not throwing a lot of balls. He's up there to attack you. Davila lays down a bunt, but pops up, and Cooley an athletic play to get off the mound and catch it. And that's going to be 3 up and 3 down very quickly for Hunter Cooley. We'll be back at the top of the second inning here in a minute, but wow, what a quick start for Hunter Cooley and the Owls as they lead 2-0 at the end of 1. All right, we're back with more Bearcat baseball here on the Bearcat Sports Network as the Owls will have send 7, 8, and 9 up to the plate this inning. Leading off the inning is designated hitter Richie Niza. Niza hitting .293 on the season. No homers, just 7 RBIs. Only 41 at-bats so far. He steps into the box. And we're about to get underway with Matt Dillard still on the mound for the Bearcats. First pitch from Dillard is fouled off for strike 1. Second pitch on the way from Dillard now. Ball misses low and away for ball 1, 1-1. Gosh, you got to think the key for Dillard right now is to attack the strike zone. You see him working quickly now. He's getting right back on the mound. It's on the way, and off-speed pitch misses low for ball 2. Gosh, he almost got out of that last inning after walking the first batter, hitting the second, 2 outs, and then a long fly ball that just missed being a home run. And Niza hits another one high into the air going down the left field line. Rogers is there. It lands in foul territory. Strike 2. Gosh, on that one and the ball hit by Urbaez earlier in the last inning, it looked like just pop-ups off the bat, but the ball's really carrying tonight as those balls are going a long way in the left field. Interested to see how that continues to play out here in this game. Niza settling back into the batter's box after getting all the way to second on that foul ball. As now Dillard sets up, and we're ready to go here with the 2-2. Pitch on the way. Niza hits that down the right field line. Hearn is chasing it along with Cowser, and that will land between them. Cowser throws that back into the infield, and it gets away. Goes all the way to the Bearcat dugout, and Niza's going to be standing on second now after the throwing error by Colton Cowser. For as good as Cowser is at the plate, that was a mistake out there in the field, a freshman mistake by the freshman outfielder. He got a little too aggressive trying to pick Niza off first. He didn't get too far off the bag, but he had Dillard at first. He was thinking he could sneak it out right there, wasn't able to get it. And a seeing eye single with an error turned into a double for Niza. And now the Owls have a runner on second with nobody out. Stepping in now is the catcher Nicholas Toney, making just his 6th start of the season. Tony in 14 at-bats hitting 143 this year. Scored that a hit and an error on the last one. Dillard comes to the plate with it, a fastball that misses high for ball one. Dillard looks in. Now he gets signed from Cannon. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Strike one. Gosh, you saw it right there. Tony was swinging for the fences. He sees how that ball is carrying today, and he wants a piece of the action. Ball's a strike, and now we're looking at a 1-1 count. Dillard takes a long look in, and Tony calls for time. Now both parties are ready. Looks like we're about to get underway here. Dillard checks the runner on second. He comes home with it. Breaking ball catches his zone for strike two. Gosh, Tony was frozen on that one. Dillard left that curveball right over the middle, but he was definitely sitting fastball. One and two now as Dillard sets back up. Pitch is on the way. And Tony pops that up to the first baseman. Hearn is running it down, and he gets it. Gosh, looks like Hearn had a little bit of trouble tracking that right there, but able to come up with it for the first out. Now stepping into the box is shortstop Wilfredo Alvarez. Regular shortstop making his 28th start of the season, hitting .300. Alvarez, though, in the 9-hole, not much of a power hitter, only 6 extra base hits all season out of his 30. 30 hits and 100 at bats, so exactly .300 batting average for the young lefty. As Dillard, first pitch is a breaking ball that catches the outside part of the zone for a strike. And Alvarez now taking his time to get back in the box. Dillard is trying to work quickly. Runner on second is Nizza after a bloop single turned into an error, got him to second. Another breaking pitch from Dillard misses on the outside part of the zone for ball one. 1-1 count with one out here in a second. Alvarez, the 9-hole hitter at the plate, so up next is a leadoff hitter, Eric Rivera, who walked on 4 pitches to start this game. Dillard comes home with it, and Alvarez hits that into a gap, and it will get down. Niza's coming around from second, and he will score. It's going to be 3-0 Owls on the RBI single by Wilfredo Alvarez. Ball dropped right in between the center fielder and the right fielder. Cowser and Harp out there. It's 3-0 Owls. And now the Owls will flip over the lineup. At the top of the order is center fielder Eric Rivera. Now Dillard will give the long look in as we're ready for action. First pitch, and Rivera will smoke that into left field, and that ball will get down, go all the way to the wall. Alvarez is rounding second. He gets to third, and he will hold up at third. And that's going to be a double for Eric Rivera, as now we have runners on second and third for the Owls with one out in the inning. Dillard not looking sharp. There is some action in that Bearcat bullpen, so I wonder just how long Deggs is going to give him here. So wait for Rivera to get back to second as Summerall will step into the box. The big left-handed hitting first baseman, hitting .299 on the season. Summerall got hit by the pitch in his first at-bat, so he'll look to exact some revenge right here. First pitch is on the way, and it's a breaking ball that's in the dirt, but Cannon's able to cover it up. 1-0 the count now. Bearcats have a left-hander in the bullpen. You can't really see through the trees here at Don Sanders Stadium what number it is. So that ball will catch the bottom of the zone for a strike, 1-1 now. They're taking a long look in as Summerall's ready. And Summerall smokes that into right field. That'll be a base hit. Alvarez will score. Rivera's coming around, and he will score as Colton Cowser can't get it in the outfield. Had trouble with that as it went up against the wall. And that's going to be a double for Summerall. It's now 5-0 Owls here in the top of the second. With an arm already warm in the Bearcat bullpen, you got to imagine Dillard's batters are numbered at this point. Now stepping in is a 3-hole hitter, third baseman Joe Montez. First pitch from Dillard on the way. Breaking ball for a strike. Montez first at bat flew out to left fielder Jack Rogers. Second pitch on the way from Dillard, a breaking ball in the dirt, ball one. 1-1 count now with one out here in the top of the second once again. Dillard just out here. He's living too many pitches over the plate right now. 5 hits, 5 runs. Montez will foul that one off. He is struggling with his control because in the first couple batters of the game, it was he couldn't throw strikes. And now he's throwing strikes, but he's not throwing the quality strikes that you need. And here we go, pitch on the way. Montez hits that into center field. Harp is tracking it as he's backing up, and he will make the catch. Summerall will hold up there at second base as there's now 2 outs in the inning. Had he stayed on the bag, Summerall could have tagged up right there, but he got about halfway off a second, hoping that ball would drop so he could come around and score. But regardless, Owls have a runner on second in scoring position with 2 outs here in the top of the second, already leading 5-0, and stepping in now is right fielder Bobby Morganson. Morganson struck out looking at his first at bat, and Dillard will look to repeat that right here. Pitch on the way, and Morganson fouls that off his leg once again for a strike. Morganson's taking a bit of a beating in this game. He fouled one off his leg in the first at bat as well. Not the best of starts for him, but his team is up 5-0, so I'm sure he'll take it. That ball missed low for a 1-1 count now. Coach Dillard, it's either right in the middle of the zone or it's way out of the zone. There doesn't seem to be any in between. Not sure if he's rattled, not sure if the humidity is affecting how he can grip the ball or what it is. Just does not look like himself. That time he does is Morganson swings and misses at that one. It's 1-2 now. Dillard now looking to get out of the inning. 1-2 count with 2 outs. He sets up, pitches on the way. Breaking ball. Oh, Cannon holds it there. He wants that one. So does Dillard, but he doesn't get it. 2-2 count now. Oh, man, when your pitcher's struggling, you need calls like that, and Dillard doesn't get it right there. Two and 2 to count now with 2 outs here in the top of the second. Dillard takes a long look in. Pitch is on the way. And it will get away from Cannon. Summerall will now head over to third. Just about any ball in contact will score Summerall now. No chance throwing him out of the plate. And now we have a full count with 2 outs here in the second. And Dillard looks in. Pitch is on the way. Morganson goes down swinging again. Swing and a miss and a strikeout for Matt Dillard. Bearcats get out of the inning, but not before allowing 3 runs. Coming up now will be the 4, 5, and 6 hitters, Hearn, Harp, and Johnson. We'll be right here with more Bearcat baseball here on the Bearcat Sports Network. Bearcats trailing 5-0 here going into the bottom of the second. Stepping into the batter's box now is first baseman Hunter Hearn. Hearn leads the team in home runs with 9 on the season. First pitch from Cooley is a strike, low and away. So in that first inning, Cooley only threw 4 pitches. Or my bad, 5 pitches. That ball misses low in the zone, 1-1. Bearcats came out very aggressive against him. We'll see if that continues. And Cooley is working quickly. And Hearn takes a big rip at that one, but he fouls it off. May stay in play down the first base line. Summerall gets there and makes the catch in front of his dugout for the first out of the inning. Not the start the Bearcats needed, down 5 runs in the second. And now stepping in the big lefty Clayton Harp. Team affectionately calls him Slim, the tall, lanky left-handed hitter. Harp hitting .327 on the year with 4 homers and 31 RBIs. First pitch to Harp, he looks at it for a strike on the outside corner. Another one on the way, and Harp takes a rip at that one but fouls it off. It's 0-2 now. Hunter Cooley is not messing around right now. He is going right after these Bearcat hitters, and he's getting the result he wants. Harp fouls another one off there. Count stays at 0-2. Harp, both pitches he foul off the other way. He's usually a pull hitter. Little unusual for him to be hitting the ball the other way. Pitch on the way from Cooley is a breaking ball that misses low and away. Tried to get Harp chasing that one, but the senior stays pat. 1-2 now. Once again, Cooley throws that breaking ball. 2-2, and the catcher got it right back to him right there. Cooley is not messing around. He just wants to attack. Same pitch, same result. Harp takes. Now it's 3-2. See the Bearcats get their first base runner of the game right here. Pitch is on the way. Misses over the outside part of the plate. Or misses outside, not on the plate, my bad. And that will be a walk. And now the Bearcats have a base runner. Stepping into the batter's box now will be the designated hitter, Gavin Johnson. Johnson splits the catching duties with Jordan Cannon, who is behind the plate tonight. Johnson's hitting .312 on the season, 4 homers, 28 RBIs. He got off to a scorching hot start to the year, has cooled off a bit since. But Deggs loves this kid, says he's just a banger. That fastball, I guess, catches the bottom part of the zone as Johnson has a word with the umpire after strike 1. And Johnson, a big swing and a big miss there. 0-2 to count now. Tell you now that Bearcats have a base runner on. My favorite part of watching Bearcat baseball is upon us. I love watching how they do this pack style of baseball. Will they send the runner? Hit and runs. What delayed steals. That fastball catches the outside part of the plate. Strike 3. Gavin Johnson. He had a word with the ump after that one too. He did not like the call on that one or on the first pitch. It's a 3-pitch strikeout for Hunter Cooley. Now he's got 2 outs with Jack Rogers stepping to the plate. Rogers, a left fielder, hitting .296 on the season with 8 homers. Big, slow breaking ball from Cooley, but it catches the zone for strike 1. Man, when you come to the box as a Bearcat today, you got to be ready to go. Cooley's working fast, and he's throwing strikes. And another breaking ball that catches that outside part of the zone for strike 2. Oh, and 2 now as Cooley looks to strand Harp on first base. He comes to the plate with it. That one's going to bounce, and now we have a 1-2 count. It's the second time we've seen that from Cooley when he gets to an 0-2 count. He goes to an off-speed pitch, some kind of breaking pitch, in the dirt away from the left-handed hitter. Against Harp, he did that 4 straight times, and it was a walk. And that one, he wanted to call on it, didn't get it. Now it's 2-2. He has a 6th straight time against the lefty. He's thrown that down and away breaking ball 6 straight times. It's been a ball. We'll see if Cooley mixes up. Maybe goes back to the fastball here. Just goes back to attacking these Bearcat hitters. They really haven't been able to do much off him so far. And that one will catch the outside corner. Strike 3. Cooley gets Rogers looking, and Harp will stay stranded on first. 1 on for the Bearcats in that inning. We'll be right back here with the top of the 3rd on the Bearcat Sports Network. All right, we're back with more Bearcat baseball here on the Bearcat Sports Network. Matt Dillard, despite a rough first 2 innings, is back out there for the 3rd, and he will face off against a 5-hole hitter, second baseman Francisco Urbaez. Urbaez, a 2 RBI triple in his first at-bat. First pitch from Dillard, a fastball catches the bottom of the zone for a strike, and that's what he needs to do. Just go after and attack these hitters. Good location on that too, low in the zone. That time a breaking pitch just misses there. I think he wanted that one, but you're not going to get all of them. Dillard looks in, strike 2 now, low and in. Now 1-2 count now to Urbaez. Dillard comes to the plate, and Urbaez will pop that foul. 1-2 to count now once again. Dillard will come home with the pitch, and that fastball misses pretty badly there, 2-2. Dillard got the favorable count to start this at bat, but hasn't quite looked comfortable yet. And that one's going to hit the batter again. The second hit batsman of the game for Dillard, and now he allows Urbaez to get on. Second time today, Dillard's running a 2-2 count and hit the batter. And now Urbaez will go to the first with left fielder Mitchell Hardigan stepping in. And Hardigan, the freshman, hitting .342 on the season. First pitch from Dillard misses high. Urbaez over there on first. He does have some speed. Has a couple stolen bases this year. Though he might have more wheels than that stat gives him credit for. He was flying around the bases on that triple earlier. Second pitch from Dillard misses low and in for a ball. Does not look like his normal self right now. On deck for the Owls is DH Richie Nizza. 2-0 on the way. And that ball is smoked down the right field line. It is going. It is gone. Home run for the Owls, Mitchell Hardigan. His 6th home run on the season. It is now 7-0 Owls here in the top of the third. Tell you, the ball's carrying today, but that's a home run any day as Hardigan blasted that ball. Not a wall scraper in any sense of the word. It's now 7-0 Owls as Deggs is going to leave Dillard out there. Freshman is going through some growing pains today. Nizza's going to step into the batter's box now. Got a single and then reached second on an error in his first at bat. First pitch from Dillard, a fastball that catches the inside part of the plate for a strike. Now better get the ball back into the dugout right there. A little delay in the action. And now we're ready to go. That off-speed pitch misses low and away. 1-1 now. And pitch Nizza will foul that one off. 1-2. The Bearcats do have somebody at least up in the bullpen right now. They had a lefty up earlier. Now they have a right-hander up. There's been activity since the top of the first inning in that Bearcat bullpen. As Dillard comes home with the 1-2. Fastball just misses. Nizza's able to check his swing right there too. It's now 2-2. Two-two count with nobody out here in the top of the third. Dillard comes home with the pitch. Breaking ball gets him looking. Nice bounce back for Dillard right there, getting the strikeout in the first out here in the third. Now stepping in the catcher, Nicholas Toney. Toney popped out to first base in his first at bat. Took a big hack at 1-2 in that at bat. He was trying to clear the fence. Toney, the freshman catcher, making just his 6th start. So he looks at that pitch low and in. Hitting just 133 on the season, only 15 at bats. And Toney, that time, he smokes it in the left field. That's going to go to the wall. And Toney will, now he'll go to second. Rogers gets that one back in there, but not in time as Nicholas Toney standing on second now. Toney didn't quite realize where the outfielders were. He was going to stop it first till he realized that ball got all the way to the wall, and then he just rounded and got a double out of it. Eight-hole hitter now standing on second for Wilfredo Alvarez. Alvarez hit a double in his first at-bat. Now the left-handed shortstop will step in here with 1 out and a runner on second. First pitch is on the way. Breaking ball that catches the outside part of the zone for a strike. So the Owls all the way in from Florida today. Usually in Boca Raton. They play the Bearcats today, and tomorrow we'll go about 60 miles south, take on the Houston Cougars, before heading to San Antonio this weekend in the conference series against UTSA. And Dillard almost hits his 3rd batter of the game right there as that fastball misses badly inside. Alvarez gets out of the way of it though, 1-1. You just wonder how long Deggs is going to leave Matt Dillard in there. So Alvarez is going to foul that one off. Strike 2 now. Just wonder, if a young pitcher, a freshman pitcher struggling like this, is this Deggs just sending a message saying, hey, you're going to have to learn to fight through adversity today. Dillard has been a key part of the Bearcat rotation this year. Maybe he's just wanting to get Dillard some innings. having him fight through things a little bit. It's a midweek game, not a conference game, so Deggs just sending a message to his guys perhaps. Though you never really know with Deggs, he's a bit of a mad scientist. Nobody really knows quite what he's up to. 1-2 count now. That ball will miss outside, 2-2. Alvarez a 9-hole hitter, so next guy up, lineup will turn over for Eric Rivera. Center fielder who's reached base both times he's been up today. And now the 2-2 is on the way from Dillard. Cannon is able to smother that ball as it's in the dirt. 3-2 now. Alvarez, despite being in a 9-hole, he's still over a 300 hitter. Acts as almost a second leadoff guy for the Owls. 3-2 pitch on the way. And Alvarez will foul that one off down the first base line. He gets back in. It's 3-2 now. Dillard just looking to fight through this. Payoff pitch on the way. Breaking ball just misses the top of the zone, and Alvarez will walk over to first. It appears Deggs is going to leave Dillard on the mound. There's no longer any action in the bullpen. So we have Tony on second, Alvarez on first, and the leadoff hitter Eric Rivera stepping into the batter's box now. It's a 1 out here in the top of the third inning, and the Owls leading 7-0 over the Cats. First pitch on the way from Dillard, a curveball that misses outside for ball 1. Dillard takes a long look in, and now he's ready to go. 1-0 pitch is on the way. Fastball catches the bottom of the zone for strike 1. So yeah, no more action in the Bearcats bullpen here, as they're just going to leave Dillard out there. 1-1 count now. That ball will get through Lofton and Davila on the left side of the infield. Tony's around third. He's coming home. Throw from Rogers is cut off. Cut off by Davila as he looks to run her back to second. 8-0 Owls now. Tell you, it looked like from the start that ball might have a chance to get Tony at home plate. Didn't quite get him though. Now Andrew Summerall will step in. First pitch to Summerall. Misses on the outside, 1-0. Big left-handed hitter hitting .303 now on the season. Leads the team in home runs and RBIs. Are tied for the team lead in both home runs and RBIs. Now we see action in the Bearcat bullpen again as a righty is up. That breaking ball does catch the zone from Dillard, and we're at 1-1. So for the Owls, they got 2 on here with 1 out here in the third. They got 2 in the first on a 2 RBI triple. Got 3 in the second, and now 3 in the third. 8 runs on 8 hits. Summerall will pop that up. Hearn will go give it a look, but it looks like it's going to land in foul territory, and it does, out of play. 1-2 to count now. Dillard's gotten in a few two-strike counts today, but he's had trouble finishing them off. Just 2 strikeouts, both of those of Morganson, who's currently in the hole. And Dillard a long look in, and he is now ready to go. First and second, 1 out, 2 strike count. Summerall's able to foul that one off. Morganson definitely hitting breaking ball right there, but able to protect himself with that swing. Just able to get the bat on it. Staying alive here, 1 and 2. And it's on the way. Summerall will hit that one foul just down the right field line. So the count stays 1 and 2 now. Summerall definitely making Dillard work for it right here, as all these Owl hitters have. They have not given him anything easy. And Dillard sets up, ready to go once again. Summerall once again fouls it off. But the home plate umpire had a word with Jordan Cannon right there. Not sure what about. Summerall, he's fouled off 3 straight pitches now, so the count stays at 1 and 2. Summerall today hit by a pitch in the first inning, then in the second he had a 2 RBI single. Helping that team lead of in RBIs that he had coming into the day. He was tied, now he has a lead. Tied with Joe Montes, who's hidden behind him, the third baseman. So here we go after Dillard delays. Now he's ready to go. Pitch is on the way, and Summerall will ground it to Hearn over at first base. Hearn will throw it to Dillard, covering the bag, and he will just get Summerall. Tell you, Hearn was playing very far off that first base bag and needed to. That was a high chopper right there. Dillard, good athletic play, covering the bag for 2 outs. Now Joe Montes will step in with runners on second and third and 2 outs in the inning. The Owls look to extend their lead. So Montes 0 for 2 today. Flying out to left field and flying out to center. Dillard gets a sign, and pitch is now on the way. Montes right back at Dillard, and he falls to the ground, throws from the seat of his pants, and gets him at first. Matt Dillard throwing from the seat of his pants on the mound, getting the 3rd out of the inning. The Cats still trail 8-0 though. That's a little highlight for them, as we'll be back with more Bearcat baseball here on the Bearcat Sports Network. And we're back with Bearcat baseball here on the Bearcat Sports Network. Leading off the inning for the Bearcats is the 8-hitter Jackson Lofton playing shortstop today as he looks at the first pitch down for a ball. So the Bearcats not having their best day, to put it nicely. Down 8-0 here in the bottom of the third. Lofton takes a hack at that one and fouls it off. So 1-1 count now to Lofton as Cooley is out there. He's working quickly once again. Oh, maybe not. He steps off the mound. Looks like a mix-up with his catcher. Now they're on the same page as Cooley gets ready to go. Pitch on the way, and Lofton will square up a bunt. He gets it down. Cooley has to come and field his position. And Lofton beats out the throw, and he is on first. Packed baseball right there to freshman shortstop Jackson Lofton getting on with the bunt single. Perhaps that will get the Bearcats going. Something needs to. Now stepping in, Lofton's middle infield partner, second baseman Riley McKnight. McKnight hitting .314 on the season. Just one homer, 20 RBIs. That one home run, though, a good one, a grand slam against HBU earlier this season. Knight's into the box, and he hacks at the first pitch and fouls that one off. Breaking ball right there. McKnight was sitting on it, just not able to quite get around it. Oh, 1 on the way, and that will miss high to McKnight. 1-1. Now Jackson Lofton, he's on first with no lead over there. Don't see that often. McKnight will slap that the other way for a base hit. Lofton will stay on second right there. I think most situations the Bearcats will take the extra base, but right now I think Deggs just wants to string together hits, get his offense going, see if they can at least get something on the board. Of course, you can't make up 8 runs with one swing, but you got to start somewhere. Now stepping into the batter's box for the Bearcats is leadoff hitting catcher. Don't say that very often. But leadoff catcher Jordan Cannon hitting .388 on the season. .425 with runners in scoring position, which Jackson Lofton is. He's right now standing on second. McKnight's on first. Cooley checks the runners right there. This pitch, Cannon fouls it off his foot. 0-1 to Cannon now. Interested to see how the Bearcats approach this inning. Now they finally have a scoring threat. But you don't want to run yourself out of an inning either. Something the Bearcats usually aren't afraid of, but down 8-0, they just want to get some runs on the board. They've made big comebacks under Matt Deggs before. And Cannon hits that one down to first base line. That will be fair. Lofton's going to come around from second, and he will score. McKnight's rounding third. He's coming to the plate. He will also score. Cannon's going to get all the way to third. And a 2 RBI triple for Jordan Cannon as the Bearcats are on the board. So you don't hear leadoff hitting catcher very often. You also don't hear catchers hitting triples very often. Both of those were true in that last at bat as leadoff catcher Jordan Cannon hit a triple down the right field line. And now we'll have a meeting on the mound. Nobody's up in the Owl bullpen. I think they're just going to tell Cooley out there, hey, you got a 6-run lead. Don't worry about it. But I'd be worried if I were him because freshman Colton Cowser stepping into the batter's box. He's been one of the top hitters in all of America this season. The mound meeting is finished, and now we're ready to play some baseball again. So Jackson Lofton started off the inning with a bunt single. Riley McKnight lined one into right field for a single, and then a triple down the first base line by Jordan Cannon brought both of them home, and it's now 8-2 here. Schuyler steps into the box. Third baseman playing on the grass. And Kalzer's going to hit that one the other way. And that ball is going to get down for a base hit. Cannon's going to come home from third. Kalzer takes a big turnaround first, but ultimately goes back to the bag. It's now 8-3 as the Bearcats mustering a little rally right here. Showing some life. So yeah, obviously 8 runs, a big deficit, but it's not something the Bearcats are unfamiliar with. A little bit more fans starting to file in here as well. Fairly empty at Don Sanders Stadium today just because of the weather being the way it was. And it's finals week here at Sam Houston State, so let's give a shout out to those students. First pitch to Davila, he fouls it off, strike one. So Kalzer had a cycle in the last game he played in. Now he has a single, so just all the hard ones left to go. Pitch is on the way, and Davila will foul that one off. It's now 0-2. So Diego Davila, freshman infielder. He's played short, he's played third, he's played second. Very versatile player like most of these cats are. What's unusual is that he's hitting third today. Usually when Davila's in the lineup, he's at the bottom of it, or perhaps even at the top of it. Usually third is set for Colton Kalzer, but Degg's changing things up as he likes to do. Hitting his freshman infielder into third base, into 3-hole today. Pitch on the way from Cooley that misses outside, 1-2. So 1-2 to Davila. It's Cooley taking a little bit longer to work now. And Davila is going to hit that in the right center field. That ball won't get down. It's caught by the center fielder Rivera for the first out of the inning. I imagine it's a big sigh of relief for Cooley right there. After almost a flawless first 2 innings. Getting roughed up here a bit in the third. Now stepping into the batter's box is senior first baseman Hunter Hearn. I think he might be my personal favorite Bearcat. I got to call his walk-off home run last year at Minute Maid Park. Without a doubt the highlight of my broadcasting career. And Hearn will hit that to the third baseman, and he'll get one out. Let's see. Hearn will beat it out at first. Doesn't quite get the double play after the second baseman Baez bobbled it. Montez over at third made a good play. That ball was scorched right to him. Now stepping into the batter's box is senior Clayton Harp. But yeah, Hearn, he hit that walk-off home run last year, and he hit a lot of home runs last year. He led the Bearcats team in them, first team all-conference. Was actually drafted last season. Matt Deggs did not expect him to come back to the team. Expect him to go, play professional baseball. Harp fouls the first pitch off right there. But yeah, he expected Hearn to go, test out the professional waters. He did get drafted, was not able to come to agreement on a contract, and now he's back here playing for Sam Houston, and the Bearcats are happy to have him. Hitting the 5-hole, playing first base, can also play outfield. Pitch on the way to Harp, and that fastball misses low. Misses low, 1-1 now. So the Bearcats are rough first couple of innings, but now showing signs of life. Still down 8-3, though, a long way to go. 1-1 pitch on the way. So Harp's going to foul that one off. First base coach Lance Miles trying to corral that one, not quite able to. Or not, maybe not first base coach, but Coach Lance Miles. I remember watching him play for the Bearcats a couple years ago when they went to the Super Regionals for the first time in school history back in 2017. Miles is second baseman on that team. And now Hearn takes off, but Harp, he'll foul that one off. Montez going to give it a look, but it's going to land out of play on top of the roof of the Bearcat baseball facility out there. Out on top of the field house, still 1-2. Yeah, Bearcats down 8-0 to start the inning. Now down 8-3. There's already been one big sports comeback today as Liverpool out in England defeated Barcelona 4-0, coming back from 3-0 to go to the Champions League final. So there is hope. And Harp will hit that back up the middle. That's fielded by Alvarez, a shortstop. Makes the play over to first to Summerall, and that'll end the inning. But the Bearcats get 3 runs on the board. Interested to see who they bring back out on the mound, but we'll be back here with more Bearcat baseball on the Bearcat Sports Network. And we're back with Bearcat baseball here on the Bearcat Sports Network. Bearcats showing some life in the bottom of that third inning, putting 3 on the board, but still trail 8-3. Matt Dillard still on the mound for the Bearcats. As Bobby Morganson steps into the box, first pitch, he will hit it to the second baseman McKnight, and that'll be out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out for Dillard. He really needed it. So Morganson struck out his first 2 times at bat. That's the one guy Dillard's had success against in this lineup. Consistent success against. But Morganson didn't let himself get struck out that time. Grounded out to second instead. Now second in is Urbaez. Second baseman with a triple and a hit by pitch today. So he fouls that first pitch back for 0-1 now. Bearcats still have action going in the bullpen. Pitch from Dillard misses low. 1-1. They've had action in that pen since the first inning. Be interested to see when they eventually take Dillard out of this game. And Dillard's going to bounce that one to the plate 2-1. Or who knows, maybe Matt Deggs finds having him out there for all 9. With Matt Deggs, whoever really knows. And Dillard quick pitches that one. He gets it, fouls that one off. Or Baez does. 2-2 now. It's a big count for Dillard. Twice he's had hitters in 2-2 count. Twice he's hit hitters in 2-2 counts. That time he leaves it high. 3-2 now. Dillard, he's yet to really have a quick inning. If he can get Urbaez out right here, he can do that in this inning. Payoff pitch on the way. And Lofton makes a diving play at short. Gets up, throws it across the diamond. Hearn scoops it up, but they call him safe at first. Bang, bang play over there. I think Urbaez did beat it out. Regardless, what a play by Jackson Lofton. The freshman out there, not looking like a freshman out in the diamond. Bunt single in the last half of the inning, making a diving play right there. Not quite able to get Urbaez at first. So still 1 out. Now Cannon's going to come out and talk to his pitcher. It's a senior catcher out to the freshman pitcher. Yeah, Jackson Lofton, a freshman. A lot of freshmen on this Bearcat teams. A very good freshman class. Matt Dillard's on the mound. Davila's playing third. Jackson Lofton out there at short. Of course, Colton Cowser in the outfield. How good has he been this year? You know, they do have some other arms. Cody Wolf, you know, he's not a freshman. He's a newcomer. Will Duncan out of the bullpen. He's a freshman. A very good freshman class they're excited about. With Jackson Lofton, asking about him to Matt Deggs before the season started. College-ready glove, first words out of his mouth. And even players on the team. Lofton is a great athlete, and you could see it in the preseason and in the regular season. Now, Jackson Lofton on the field, he looks like an NCAA shortstop. With that glove, heck, maybe even a professional shortstop. First pitch from Dillard there after the mound meeting is strike 1 to Mitchell Hardigan. Hardigan lined out to McKnight in his first at-bat. The last one just unloaded on a pitch, hitting it probably about 360 feet into right field for a home run. Now 0-1 to Hardigan. He's going to pop that one up. Lofton calls off McKnight. He's got it. Had a little trouble with that one, but able to come down with it. 2 outs now. Now stepping into the box is Richie Nizza. And Jay Sirianni's now coming out of the dugout. All right. So it looks like Matt Dillard's day is done. We'll close out his line and we'll tell you who's coming to the mound for the Bearcats after a short break. Okay, and we're back with more Bearcat baseball here on the Bearcat Sports Network. On the mound now for the Bearcats is Cole Wesneski. If that name sounds familiar, it's because it is. His brother Hayden Wesneski is the ace of the Bearcat staff, the usual Friday night starter. So Wesneski will take the mound. 3.15 ERA on the season for him. But let's close out the line for Matt Dillard. 3 2/3 innings, 9 hits, 8 runs, all earned. Three strikeouts, 2 walks. Dillard left out there quite a while considering his struggles, but I think Matt Deggs just wanted to have him end on a high note. You know, he's a talented young pitcher. You don't want to get in his head too much. Just leave him out there. Let him get some guys out. Let him, prove to himself that, he's still a good pitcher despite one bad outing. So, yeah, Wesneski 0-1 on the season. 20 innings pitched this year, a 3.15 ERA. Only 7 strikeouts, 12 walks as well, so very much a pitch-to-contact type of guy. So now Richie Nizza will step in. Nizza singled and struck out looking his 2 at-bats against Dillard, and now he'll face a different arm in Cole Wesneski. He'll come on and get the final out here, the 4th, as first pitch fastball is swung at and fouled off for strike 1. Here's 0-1 count now. Wesneski looks in. Remember, Baez is on first, and Wesneski remembers that as he checks the runner over there. Maybe he's wearing an earpiece and listening to this broadcast. Pitch on the way from Wesneski. And that one will also be fouled off by Nizza. 0-2 now. So Wesneski shares a last name with his brother Hayden, but a completely different pitcher. Hayden, very much a power pitcher, strikeout stuff kind of guy. Wesneski pitch to contact was a little bit softer. Good breaking pitch, though. Not sure if it's slider or curveball. Not sure quite what it is. But it moves, and it moves a lot. Pitch on the way from Wesneski. And they're going to say he went around. Swing and a miss. Wesneski gets the strikeout. Bearcats put up their first 0 of the game. So they'll head into the bottom of the 4th inning, trailing 8-3, but maybe got some momentum on their side. We'll be back with more Bearcat baseball here, the Bearcat Sports Network. All right, we're back here with more Bearcat baseball on the Bearcat Sports Network. Hunter Cooley still out there for the Owls despite giving up 3 runs in the bottom half of the 3rd inning. Leading off for the Bearcats is designated hitter Gavin Johnson. Johnson splits the catching duties with Jordan Cannon. He's a senior from San Antonio O'Connor High School. And Johnson fouls that first one off down the line. Left-handed hitter Johnson, very much a pull hitter. You see Summerall playing very close, basically hugging the line over there. Hugging the line over there at first. Not a straight pull hitter, Johnson, though. He can't hit it the other way. Left side of the infield has to respect it. And he does go the other way, and that's a base hit. Gavin Johnson on cue. Gosh, Bearcats are doing what I say so far. All right, score 5 runs in this inning now. Maybe that won't happen. But now stepping into the batter's box is left fielder Jack Rogers. It's Gavin Johnson on first. As the Bearcats showing some life now. Again, this is a resilient team. They were down 8-0 to start. Wouldn't be their first comeback of the season. Those of y'all that follow the team, I think you remember the Nebraska game in the Frisco Classic. Down 9-2 at one point to come back and win 11-10. First pitch from Cooley there misses low and away for ball 1. So yeah, the Bearcats, despite being down 8-0 earlier, they weren't going to quit, weren't going to give up. Who knows what's going to happen in this game, but they are fighting. They're putting together good at-bats. They're getting guys on base. They're bringing them home. Now the 1-0 is on the way from Cooley. Breaking pitch misses outside, 2-0 now. This Matt Diggs team is they're a tough bunch. As Rogers smokes one into center field. Says Diaz back, and that's going to go off the batter's eye. Rogers coming into second. Gavin Johnson rounds third. He's going to come home, and he's safe. And they can't handle it in the infield as Jack Rogers is going over to third. So how about that for Jack Rogers? He just smoked that ball into center field. Rivera couldn't come down with it. And that's an RBI double. Give him an error as well. Rogers now standing on third, but an RBI double. It's now 8-4. Jack Rogers just smoked that ball. Couldn't get it over the batter's eye, but he hit it right up against it. And now stepping in is a shortstop, Jackson Lofton. First pitch breaking ball to Lofton. Misses low for ball 1. Lofton a bunt single in his first at-bat. Gosh, Jack Rogers smoked that ball. How's that for an RBI double? So Lofton's going to foul that pitch off for strike 1. 1-1 count now, nobody out. So the crowd getting a little into it now. 8-4 here in the bottom of the 4th. Bearcats making this a little interesting. So if you've ever been to Donna Center Stadium before, you know the wall is the same height almost all the way around, but in center field, the batter's eye, it's about 20 feet high out there. Lofton fouls that one off for strike 2. So it's about 20 feet high out there in center field. Only 2 players in the history of Don Sanders Stadium have ever hit a home run over that batter's eye. One of them was last year. I was on the call for it. Both of them were away players. I was on the call for it. Manny Rodriguez, a Cincinnati shortstop. This pitch is on the way from Cooley. Lofton fouls another one off. Still 1-2. So one of them a season ago, Manny Rodriguez at Cincinnati, a shortstop. Great player. Great player. He's playing in minor league baseball right now. That kid was a stud. But hit it over the batter's eye. The other one, Texas State first baseman now with the St. Louis Cardinals, Paul Goldschmidt. And Lofton's going to hit that one back up the middle. Rogers will come home. Lofton is out at first, but it's now 8-5. Sure, the Bearcats will take that. This is a game now. This is a game. Cooley's allowed 5 runs now in the last inning and a third. And stepping into the batter's box now is 9-hole hitter, second baseman Riley McKnight. McKnight singled his first at-bat, a line drive the other way. McKnight usually hits in the 2-hole right in front of Colton Cowser. Today hitting in 9-hole, acting as a second leadoff guy. Breaking ball misses up and away to McKnight for ball 1. So the Bearcats fighting, making this a game right now. Cooley takes a long look in. Second pitch on the way. Breaking ball misses high once again, 2-0. You're not seeing that same confidence you saw from Cooley in the first inning. Early on, really the first 3 innings of the game, he was coming in, working fast, throwing strikes. Now he looks a little bit rattled. Comes to the play with it. McKnight, a big swing and a miss, though. 2-1 to count. McKnight, affectionately called Ace by his teammates. He's played all over the field in his Bearcat career. Second, he's played some third, played some first, played all over the outfield. That fastball catches the bottom part of the zone. Strike 2. Don't think Ace liked that one too much. Gave a look back to the umpire. Now a look in his dugout and a 2-2 count with 1 out here. Lineup turns over after McKnight as leadoff catcher Jordan Cannon is on deck. And McKnight smokes it the other way but foul. As with all Bearcats, but especially McKnight, with 2 strikes, the bunt is not out of the question. You got some wheels in there in the batter's box. See what it is now, 2-2 count with 1 out. McKnight fouls it off again. McKnight putting together a good season. Came into today hitting .314. Only helped that average with his first at bat, getting a single. After struggling a bit last season, struggled with some strikeouts, this year he's been much better putting the ball in play and putting pressure on the defense. Really exemplifies that packed baseball the Bearcats like to play. Plays all over the field, fast, athletic, puts the ball in play, puts pressure on the defense. And I'll be looking to do that right here. Once again, Jordan Cannon in the on-deck circle. Cooley's still on the mound. Now he's going to come home with it in a 2-2. And McKnight's going to hit that one the other way, and it will drop foul. So everybody in the park kind of got up out of their seats on that. Going down that right field line, McKnight could have possibly made it all the way to third. And when you got Cannon and Cowser ready to come up, you want some runners in scoring position. McKnight takes his time getting back into the batter's box, but now he's in there. And Cooley's ready to work. Pitch on the way. McKnight tempted, but holds up. A breaking ball way out of the zone, and now it's 3-2. So if you're Cooley, you cannot just put this guy on base. See if he attacks McKnight here. Doesn't walk a ton of hitters. Pitch is on the way, and McKnight hits that into right field. Right fielder Morganson's going back to the track, but makes the catch out there for the second out of the inning. So you saw it right there. Morganson at first stepped in, but then backed up. The ball is really carrying tonight. We already saw 1 home run. And now Jordan Cannon will step into the box. And the manager for Florida Atlantic is out of the dugout. It looks like a pitching change is on the way. We'll be back and tell you who is pitching for the Owls, and we'll close out Hunter Cooley's line. All right, we're back here with more Bearcat baseball here on the Bearcat Sports Network. We are in the bottom of the 4th inning. The Bearcats trail the Florida Atlantic Owls 8-5. And we have a pitching change for the Owls as Hunter Cooley will step off the mound. Will close out his line. 3 2/3 innings, allowed 6 hits, 5 runs, all of them earned, 2 strikeouts, 1 walk. Got off to a great start. First 2 frames was almost perfect, but in a rough 3rd inning and once again a rough 4th inning, allowed 5 runs, and he gives way to a man with a great name, as I was just saying here in the booth, John Costantis. John this season is 3-0 in 31 innings pitched, allowed 13 runs, 22 strikeouts against 16 walks. Costantis, a freshman right-hander, replacing the freshman left-hander Cooley. So we were just talking about the freshman class for the Bearcats, so they have some strong players. Well, how about this freshman class for the Owls? The starter Cooley, now Costantis out of the bullpen, who's put up some really good numbers this year, 3.77 ERA. 142 whip. We look at some other freshmen that's on it. Mitchell Hardigan having a rough day today, but he came into the game hitting 345. He's 0 for 3 tonight, though. So you're seeing the freshman for the Owls on display today as well. Constantis throws his final warm-up pitches, and he will be greeted by the top of the Bearcats order in Jordan Cannon whenever his warm-up pitches are done. All right, I think that's the last one. Home plate umpire takes his position. Clayton Park, the home plate umpire today. Not to be confused with Clayton Harp. But Park takes his position. Cannon's coming out to the batter's box, and we're about ready to get underway here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th. 13 runs already scored so far. And now Costantis. First pitch. Breaking ball catches the outside for a strike. It's a good-looking breaking ball by John. 0-1 to count now with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Pitch on the way. Another good breaking ball in the dirt that had Cannon swinging. I think he was sitting fastball right there. He was way out in front of it. It's now 0-2. Constantis working 0-2 now. And swing and a miss, strike 3. Jordan Cannon down on 3 straight breaking pitches. And that will end the inning. But the Bearcats put 2 more up on the board, cutting that Owl lead a little bit more. It's 8-5, and we'll be back with more Bearcat baseball here on the Bearcat Sports Network. And it's Gabe Myers back here with more Bearcat baseball here on the Bearcat Sports Network. Cole Wesneski back on the mound for the Bearcats. We're ready to get underway in the 5th inning. Bearcats trailing 8-5. Owls putting up 8 runs in the first 3 innings. Bearcats putting up 5 runs in the last 2. And now stepping in the batter's box for the Owls is catcher Nicholas Toney. Another freshman for the Owls. And Toney lines at the first base, but Hunter Hearn with the leaping grab for the first out. Showing out that athleticism we talked about these Bearcats have in the last inning. Hunter Hearn, the senior, getting up there to make the play with now there's 1 away. Now stepping into the batter's box is Wilfredo Alvarez. Alvarez has been on base both times today. He's singled and he's walked. RBI single back in the second inning. Alvarez is a 9-hole hitter, so the lineup will turn over back to Rivera. And Alvarez will square around a bunt. Davila comes in, tries to field it barehanded, but can't. That's going to be a bunt single for Wilfredo Alvarez. Davila is playing pretty far off the third base bag right there, and Alvarez saw an opportunity and took it. And now stepping into the box is Eric Rivera, the center fielder. Rivera hitting .337 on the season. Reached base all 3 times today. A walk in the first inning, a double in the second, and then a RBI single in the third. Batting here with 1 out and a runner on first, and Wesneski almost hits him with that one. Fastball up and in. Don't think Alvarez appreciated that too much. 1-0 the count, though. So you have Alvarez over there on first. 3 for 4 on stolen base attempts this season. Big swing from Riviera, my bad, but a big miss. 1-1 to count now. And he'll step back into the batter's box. Wesneski's ready to work. And now he'll look Alvarez back over to the bag, or not looking, but throwing back over there. Alvarez not getting a big lead over there, but the Bearcats don't want the Owls getting any ideas. So 1-1 count with 1 out now. And Alvarez going to foul that one off. 1-2 now. I'm sure I'm jinxing us by saying this, but we've yet to see a stolen base in this game. Pretty sure Alvarez is going to steal second base on this pitch now. My man Sheridan in the booth is nodding with me. 1-2 count now to Riviera. See if Wesneski breaks out that slider. He does, but he overthrows it, and he hits Riviera with the pitch. Gosh, the Owls going to have some bruises tomorrow. 4th hit batsman of the game. And now stepping in is the first baseman, Andrew Summerall. The big left-handed hitter. Wesneski had looked really good until that hit batsman. He was trying to go with the slider right there, but he overthrew it. He couldn't get on top of it. Ends up hitting the right-handed hitter Riviera. Now he's at the lefty Summerall, and he misses inside with the fastball. 1-0. Okay, it would be big if the Bearcats could put up another 0 right here. Keep the momentum of this game. Your offense is finally giving you something. You got to hold the Owls down, though, if you want to come back. You got to give your offense a chance here to keep putting runs on the board. Another fastball from Wesneski that again misses inside. Summerall gets out of the way of it. It's now 2-0. Looks like double-barreled action in that Bearcats bullpen. There's a lefty, and I think there's a righty up. Once again, that tree is still in front of the bullpen. And Summerall swings and foul tips that one, but a strike nonetheless. 2-1. Wesneski's going straight fastballs against the big lefty. Now Wesneski gets back ready to work. Summerall, he lines that to second base, but McKnight makes a play and gets to Lofton at second. That's a double play. The Bearcats are out of the inning now. Another scoreless frame put up by Cole Wesneski. The Bearcats head to the bottom of the 5th now, trailing 12-5. We'll be back with more Bearcat baseball here on the Bearcat Sports Network. And we're back with Bearcat Baseball here on the Bearcat Sports Network. Colton Cowser in the box. 2-1 count to him now. John Costantis still on the mound for the Owls. Pitched on the way, misses outside. 3-1 to count now. Cowser a big power hitter, but he can also steal some bases as well. 7 for 7 on stolen base attempts this season. Really, all these Bearcats are a threat to run, though. Even the catcher Cannon, 11 stolen bases on 15 attempts this year. Cowser swings at a fastball down and in for a strike. 3-2 now. So you hear big lefties like to turn and burn. That's exactly what Cowser was trying to do right there. That ball's carrying tonight. He can get under it. He can definitely put it over that 330 sign out there in right field. And now the payoff pitch is on the way from John. And Cowser hits it down the line. That's going to be fair. It's going to go all the way to the wall. Cowser's rounding first. He will head to second. And now he's going to go all the way to third. And Cowser will make it into third, standing up. A stand-up leadoff RBI triple for Colton Cowser has the Bearcats in business to start the bottom of the 5th inning. And one freshman will be followed by another as third baseman Diego Davila will step into the batter's box now. And Davila getting a rare start in the 3-hole tonight. 0 for 2 so far. He pop-out bunt to the pitcher back in the 3rd inning. Or back in the 1st inning, my bad. And then in the 3rd inning, a fly out to center field. Fans don't appreciate that strike too much. Davila doesn't either, but it's 0-1. Davila is able to foul that one off now, 0-2. So the Bearcats going into the bottom of the 3rd inning, trailed 8-0. Now in the bottom of the 5th, trail 8-5. And a leadoff hitter, Colton Cowser, hits a triple. He's standing on third with his freshman buddy Davila at the plate. Davila needs to put this ball in play here. He's going to foul that one off. It's still 0-2. That's the one big thing for Davila right now, just putting that ball in play. You really can't afford a strikeout here. On deck is the first baseman, Hunter Hearn, for the Bearcats. You got 2 freshmen followed by 2 seniors. Cowser and Davila, followed by the seniors Hunter Hearn and Clayton Harp. And it's 1-2 after that fastball misses away. And Davila will line that into center field. Riviera's going back, and that will go all the way to the wall. Cowser will score easily. Davila will stand up going into second. An RBI double. It's now 8-6, and the fans are on their feet here at Don Sanders Stadium. We're getting some action now as a tying run is now coming to the plate. Hunter Hearn will step into the batter's box as the tying run. What a wild first 4.5 innings we've had here at Don Sanders Stadium. Hearn steps into the box now, and now the catcher Tony will go out to the mound to talk to John. And so will the Florida Atlantic coach. There is some action in the bullpen. We'll see. Yup, it is going to be a pitching change. We'll be back. We'll close out John Costantis' line, and we'll introduce you to the new Owl pitcher when we come back here on the Bearcat Sports Network. All right, the Owls send a new pitcher out to the mound, but first let's close off the line for John Costantis. Went just a third of an inning, got the last out in the fourth, allowed 2 hits, a run. It was earned on the Cowser triple and then a Davila double. Faced only three batters, and he's responsible for the runner on second in Davila. And now on the mound for the Owls is Dylan O'Connell, a left-hander. 5.54 ERA on the season and 13 innings pitched. 13 hits those 13 innings. He's also walked 9 batters, 14 strikeouts. He's coming in. He has a whip of 169. Although he has been good in high leverage situations this year, allowing just a 207 batting average with runners on base, and he's going to need that right here. As Hunter Hearn, the big slugger for the Bearcats, steps into the box as a tying run with Diego Davila on second base. So let's get underway as Dylan O'Connell now on the mound, and he'll deliver. First pitch is off speed to Hearn. It's for a strike. So you started off the game. You had Hunter Cooley, who was just a strike thrower. He came in, he worked fast, didn't throw hard, but he was going to come after you. Then you followed up with John Costantis with that great slider he showed in the last inning. As there's Hearn swinging and missing at that off-speed pitch. It's now 0-2. And now you followed up with a bit of a junk throw on lefty Dylan O'Connell. The Owls really mixing up the looks they give to the Bearcats. And now here we are 0-2 with nobody out and a runner on second here in the bottom of the fifth. Hearn's going to foul that one off. Almost took off the head of somebody in the Bearcat dugout over there. He gives a little nod to the dugout right there. Sorry, guys. But he keeps the count alive here, 0-2. So Bearcats trail 8-6. All 6 runs coming in the last 3 frames. There's still nobody out here in the fifth. Bearcats still have some work they can do. The pitch on the way from O'Connell. Fastball misses up and away. Everybody in the crowd kind of held their breath on that one. It's now 1-2 to Hearn. As O'Connell looks in. And it's on the way. Pitch misses outside, 2-2. Following Hearn will be center fielder Clayton Harp, followed by Gavin Johnson. So lefty O'Connell will face a righty first, and how about 3 straight lefties in Harp, Johnson, and then the left fielder Jack Rogers. 2-2 on the way to Hearn as that ball's in the dirt. Good job to smother it by Tony at the plate. It's now 3-2. Hearn does draw some walks, 11 on the season, despite being a very aggressive hitter. He really goes after strikes, but he doesn't really swing at balls. But now the payoff pitch on the way from O'Connell, and Hearn will hit that the other way, but it'll go foul. Still 3-2. Hearn's worked it back from 0-2 in the count to get to 3-2. Staying alive here at the very least, making O'Connell work a little bit. Now O'Connell sets and is ready to go. It's on the way, and now I'll go to the second baseman, Ubaez. He'll flip it over to first for the out. A slow chopper to Ubaez over there at second. He was playing all the way out in the outfield grass with Hearn's power. Hearn's not a slowpoke going down that line either. He had to flip that quickly over there, but got him at first. Davila did move over to third on the play, so possibly a sacrifice situation here for Clayton Harp, or a sacrifice fly. Harp will step into the box. Chance to bring his boy home from third. Make it to 8-7 game perhaps. He is also the tying run, and he does have some power. Clayton Harp, 4 home runs on the season. All of them coming into early season as well. Hit 3 home runs in a series against Louisiana Lafayette back in February. First pitch is over for a strike. 0-1 to count now. O'Connell delivers. And Hearn smokes it back up the middle. A base hit. Davila will trot home. It is now 8-7. Center fielder Riviera had a bit of trouble with that. Harp thought about taking second right there, but thought better of it. So now 8-7 here in the bottom of the fifth with one out. And Gavin Johnson will step into the box. Johnson struck out looking and singled the other way today. Now Harp will get his lead off of first. It's on the way. Pitch is over the outside corner for a strike. Johnson pretty aggressively back in the box right now. He's ready to swing. So O'Connell sets. And Johnson does swing at that one, but he fouls it off. It's 0-2. Tell you, through 3 frames, FAU led 8-0. 2 in the first, 3 in the second, 3 in the third. Then they came back. Bearcats in the bottom of the third put 3 runs on the board. Now 2 in the fourth, and so far 2 in the fifth. It's now 8-7 as Harp is on the way. O'Connell overthrows the breaking pitch. Harp gets in the second easily. Thought about going to third, but thought better of it. Now you got a runner in scoring position. 1 out for Gavin Johnson. I think Dylan O'Connell saw Harp take off right there, and that, I don't know what that was supposed to be, but it wasn't anywhere close to the plate. Without a doubt, a wild pitch. And now it's 1-2. And Clayton Harp is in scoring position. With his speed, you figure a ball in the outfield will tie this game. So 1-2 offering comes on the way. Johnson hits that high, but not very far. Left fielder. Oh, Hardigan drops it. Hardigan drops the ball without a doubt, an error on the left fielder, and Gavin Johnson's now on first. Oh, man, you see Florida Atlantic right now. I don't know what it is, but they are falling apart at the scene. And if you're Dylan O'Connell, you just hate that because that should have been an easy out right there. And then all of a sudden it's not. As Jack Ryder steps in, we're in for a mound visit here. There is some action in the Owl bullpen, but I don't think they're going to replace O'Connell. Who knows? I've been wrong before. Yeah, nobody's coming out. It looks like it's a meeting. They're going over some defensive stuff. Perhaps this is a coach just telling O'Connell, hey, don't think about it too much. You know you should have 2 outs, but don't think about it. You just got to focus on the guy at the plate, the lefty Jack Rogers. And you do have to focus on Rogers as he does have some power. Second on team in home runs with 8 on the year. He's 1 for 2 today. Struck out looking back in the second and then hit an RBI double. He smoked that RBI double off the batter's eye. Now he's going to get a chance to perhaps give his team the lead. The tying run, Harp, is standing on second. The go-ahead run, Johnson, is standing on first. So it's 8-7 here in the bottom of the fifth. A big swing and a big miss from Jack Rogers right there. Good breaking ball from O'Connell. So 0-1 to count now with 1 out here in the fifth. Pitch on the way from O'Connell. Rogers swings again. Another big swing, but another big miss on that fastball. Low in the zone there. It's now 0-2. See if Rogers chokes up on the bat a little bit here. With Summerall not holding Johnson at first, Johnson's getting a pretty aggressive lead. Now he comes back a bit. So O'Connell takes a while to set up. Now he looks ready to go. And Rogers swings and misses at that breaking ball in the dirt. Strike 3. Not a good at bat there from Jack Rogers, and now 2 are away. And that will bring up the shortstop, Jackson Lofton. Or perhaps not. Lofton's yet to come into the box. Okay, no, Deggs just want to have a word with his young freshman shortstop. You got first and second. 2 outs. And Lofton coming up. He's 1 for 2 on the day. A single back in the third inning, a bunt single. And then in the fourth inning, he had a ground out, but it brought home a run. So 2 good at-bats for Lofton so far. See if the Bearcats can make the Owls pay for that Hardigan error. And Lofton's going to chop that over to short. It's going to be a close play at first. And he beats it out. Jackson Lofton showing the athleticism. Montez a strong throw over to first, but not quite able to get Lofton, who was booking it down the line right there. Beating out that high chopper. And now stepping into the box is second baseman Riley McKnight with the bases loaded and 2 outs. I feel like now is a good time to point out that McKnight has hit a grand slam this season. His only home run of the year was a grand slam against Houston Baptist in the first series of conference play. Now bases are juiced and 2 outs. McKnight takes a big swing and a miss right there. Wanted to make it 2 grand slams. McKnight usually not a power hitter. Line drive hitter, gap-to-gap kind of guy. Maybe got 1 big swing off and see if he goes back to his usual approach. On the way from O'Connell. Fastball misses away for ball 1. So the bases are loaded. Clayton Harp is standing over there on third base after his RBI single. Gavin Johnson standing on second after an error by Hardigan allowed him to reach. And then the chopper by Jackson Lofton that he beat out has him standing on first with 2 outs. And the ball's going to get past the catcher, Tony. Harp is going to score, and we're tied. All the runners advance, so now McKnight has runners on second and third with 2 outs here. But Tony unable to corral that pitch in the dirt, and we're back where we started at 8-8 here in the bottom of the 5th. Who saw this coming after the top of the third inning? But now McKnight ahead 2-1 in the count, has 2 runners in scoring position. In an 8-8 ball game. So O'Connell sets up. McKnight hits it. Montez has it at third. He'll get McKnight at first. That's the end of the inning, but the Bearcats, 3 runs in the bottom of the 5th, ties things up here at 8. We are right back where we started as we head to the 6th inning here on the Bearcat Sports Network. Alrighty, we're back here with Bearcat Baseball on the Bearcat Sports Network. Headed to the 6th inning, we're tied at 8. The Owls opened the game with 8 runs in the first 3 innings. 2 in the first, 3 in the second, and 3 in the third. And the Bearcats followed that up starting in the bottom of the 3rd inning with 8 unanswered runs of their own, going 3 in the 3rd, 2 in the 4th, and then 3 in the bottom of the 5th that you just saw. And now we're tied at 8 as we head into the 6th inning. Cole Wesneski back on for his 2nd inning of work. And we're ready to get started here as he'll go up against Joe Montes. And that's a first pitch strike from Wesneski on the fastball. Montes came into today hitting .345, but he's 0 for 3 today. A fly out to left, a fly out to center as that breaking ball gets in for a strike. 0-2 now. But yeah, fly out to left, fly out to center. And then Matt Dillard made the play from the seat of his pants. And that fastball gets him looking for strike three. Cole Wesneski looking good out there. Gets Joe Montes looking, and there's one away here in the top of the sixth. Now stepping in is Bobby Morganson. He's 0 for 3 on the day. A strikeout looking, a strikeout swinging, and then a line out to Riley McKnight over at second base. First pitch on the way. Morganson hits it in the center. Harp's tracking it. He'll come in and make the play. 2 away. Clayton Harp got a good jump on that ball, showing his athleticism right there. Now 2 quick outs as we'll have the second baseman Francisco Urbaez step into the box. So Wesneski looking to have a quick 1-2-3 inning here. Bearcats yet to have a 1-2-3 inning today. First pitch, strike to Urbaez. 0-1 the count now. Wesneski looking good on his fastball, a lot of life. Usually just around 86, but today at 88, 89. Went to the slider that time, and it went behind Urbaez. Urbaez complaining about something. Is he saying it hit him? Or is the ump saying that it hit his bat? There's going to be a discussion about it here. Home plate umpire Clayton Park. Florida Atlantic coach giving him a piece of his mind. And now the umpires will convene. So I think the call on the field, okay, they're ruling it a ball on the scoreboard. It looks like they were. I don't know if he's complaining that he got hit by the pitch, or if he's complaining that the ump ruled it a strike after the ball maybe hit his bat. So I'm still not quite sure what the call is. Looks like they called it a strike. It's 0-2 now. So they're saying the ball did hit his bat. Wesneski has a chance to get out of this inning. And Urbaez going to pop that up. Kowser's over there and right. He's sitting under it, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for the Bearcats. So Cole Wesneski works quickly, and the Bearcats will have a chance to take the lead here in the bottom of the sixth. We're 8-all here as we'll be back with more Bearcat baseball on the Bearcat Sports Network. All right, we're back here with more Bearcat baseball on the Bearcat Sports Network. Dylan O'Connell will come back out for his second inning of work. Now stepping into the batter's box for the Cats is leadoff catcher Jordan Cannon. Cannon's 1 for 3 today. Looks at the first pitch for a ball. Fly out to right in his first at bat. Then a 2 RBI triple followed by a strikeout. 1-0 on the way from O'Connell. Cannon looks at that pitch low. It's now 2-0. 2-0s coming on the way. And Cannon back up the middle, almost takes O'Connell's legs out, and that's going to be a base hit. O'Connell made a business decision right there to get out of the way of that one. As Cannon now stands on first. He scorched that ball back up the middle. That's got to be scary as a pitcher. Also scary is facing Colton Kauser, who's going to step into the batter's box now. Freshman's 2 for 3 today. A single back into third, and then a triple back into fifth. I think O'Connell's day is done. Second time he's been visited on the mound. Yep, the ump motions to the bullpen, and O'Connell's day is done. We'll take a quick break, close out his line, and we'll introduce you to the new pitcher. All right, we're back here with more Bearcat baseball on the Bearcat Sports Network. Dylan O'Connell's day is done. His line will close out. He pitched 1 inning, allowed 3 hits, allowed 1 run unearned. Earned through 25 pitches. He is responsible for Jordan Cannon, who now stands on first. Now let's get to the guy coming in for him. Entering the game now is Michael Schuler, a freshman right-hander. Schuler, a 2.84 ERA on the season. He's 3-0, a whip of 119. He's pitched 31 2/3 innings, 18 strikeouts against 5 walks. So he throws his final warm-up pitches here. But, man, what a resilient effort by the Bearcats so far. Coming out down 8-0 after 2.5 innings. Just didn't look good for him. But if you know anything about this Bearcat team, anything about Matt Deggs, you just know they're going to keep fighting regardless of the circumstances. And that's what they've done, and now they're back into this game. Matt Deggs said earlier in the year against Nebraska in the Frisco Classic, that was maybe the best toughness win of his career. If the Bearcats find a way to win this one, that's going to be quite a toughness win as well. Now Colton Kauser steps into the box, faced a new pitcher, Michael Schuler. Schuler takes a long look in and steps off the mound. I think now we're ready to go as Schuler delivers. First pitch off speed, misses away to Kauser. 1-0. So leadoff single from Cannon. You got Kauser up now, followed by Davila, then Hearn and Harp. Heart of the Bearcats order coming up. Great chance to strike here. And now Cannon is off in the pitch. He will slide in safe to second base. That will be a steal for Jordan Cannon, the catcher with his 12th stolen base of the year. Leads the team. Jordan Cannon breaking the mold of a catcher. Leadoff hitting catcher. 12 stolen bases on the year, and he had a triple today. You don't see that very often. Everybody in the crowd likes that stolen base as it's the Bearcats second, and that means they get Smoothie King coupons, so everybody wins. Kauser swings and misses at that one. It's now 1-2. Thinking on a stolen base by Cannon, the hit and run is actually what was on. Hart missed it, but the pitch was up and away. Catcher didn't get it quite where he wanted. Cannon got a great jump, and he was able to slide into second safely. But Kauser down 1-2 in a count with a runner in scoring position, though. And Cowser back up the middle. That's going to be a base hit. Cannon's going to round third. He's coming home. He will make it standing up, and the Bearcats take the lead. 9-8 here in the bottom of the 6th. How about that for packed baseball for the Bearcats? 4th straight inning with a run now. Colton Cowser with the RBI single. How many times have we heard that this season? And the Bearcats now lead 9-8 as Jordan Cannon is sprinting in the dugout. Oh, man, that's a happy bunch of guys down there. Now my man Kyle is here to give me the Smoothie King coupon. I love it. I love it. Now stepping in is Diego Davila. And Davila up the middle. That's going to be a base hit. Cowser was off on the pitch. Didn't realize Davila had made contact. He slid into second safely. Now we got runners on first and second. Nobody out here. And now Hunter Hearn will step into the box. It's just been a snowball effect for the Bearcats. There's an old saying, hitting is contagious. And it's proving itself to be true right now. Now Hunter Hearn will step in with runners on first and second and nobody out. See if the freshman Schuler can work his way out of this one as Hearn squares around a bunt. Not sure if he missed it or just weakly fouled it off, but regardless, it's strike one. Man, anybody on this Bearcat team is liable to bunt at any time. But it's not often at any level of baseball that you see a guy with Hunter Hearn's power squaring around a bunt, and he'll now go have a word with his coach, Matt Deggs. Not sure if Deggs is telling him how to bunt or if he's telling him, what are you thinking? Hit a home run here. No, that's a Bearcat style of baseball right there. That packed baseball, anybody will bunt at any time. Anybody can really do anything. Very unpredictable, very difficult to defend against. And Florida Atlantic is finding that out here the last 4 innings. Hearn not squaring around yet this time as he's back in the box. First baseman Summerall is playing in, though, as is the third baseman Montes. And that time Schuler, he fakes the second base right there, trying to hold the runners. So if I'm Montes over there at third base, that's a scary proposition. A guy with Hearn's power, and I'm having to play in on the grass. Kind of looking at my coach saying, come on, man. And Hearn, he's going to loop that one over to second base and said, that's going to get down right in front of Morganson. Harp's coming around third. He's going for the plate, and he's going to score. RBI single for Hunter Hearn. It's now 10-8 Bearcats. Hitting is contagious here in Huntsville. It is now 10-8 here in the bottom of the 6th. And Clayton Harp's going to come up to the plate. A bloop single there for Hunter Hearn, but a single nonetheless. Going to be a line drive in the books tomorrow. And the Bearcats have a 2-run lead. Now Clayton Harp stands in. First pitch, and it's going to be hit over to second base. Urbias gets it over to Alvarez. He gets it back over to first Summerall, but Harp's going to beat that one out. Good also by Harp there down the line to avoid the double play. And now stepping into the box is going to be Gavin Johnson. Runners on first and third. With Davila's speed over at third base, you figure really any fly ball should get him home. Although you never know with the Bearcats. A bunt could be on the way. Look at third baseman Montes a little wary of that. He's playing pretty far in over there. And as always, the Bearcats, steal could be on as well. We're really seeing that packed baseball play out here the last couple of innings. And Harp is off. Johnson swings and misses. Harp gets into second safely. Davila's coming home with it. He is thrown out. Great job by Urbias, not worrying about getting Harp at second, catching the ball, going right back home with it. Cats had a double steal on. Owl snuffed it out, though, and got Davila out at the plate. This is nothing new for the Bearcats. These fans are used to seeing it. Sometimes it doesn't quite work out. As now Johnson steps in, still with runner in scoring position, now with 2 outs, though. And Johnson hits that in the right field. That's going to get into the outfield. Harp's turning around third. It's going to be a play at the plate. Throws offline. Harp is safe. It's now 11-8 for the Bearcats. Gavin Johnson with the RBI single. 3 more runs for the Bearcats in this inning. Hitting is contagious. And Michael Schuler, for the freshman for the Owls, just having a rough outing today. He's running against this buzzsaw of a Bearcats lineup right now as they cannot stop making hard contact. And there's action in that Owl bullpen as Schuler's day might be done. And yep, the coach motions to the bullpen. We'll be back. We'll close out Schuler's line and fill you in on a new pitcher when we come back here on the Bearcat Sports Network. All right, we're back here with Bearcat Baseball on the Bearcat Sports Network. Michael Schuler's day is done. 2/3 of an inning, 4 hits, 2 runs, both earned. Not ideal. Now entering the game for the Owls is right-hander Dylan Carter. Carter's pitched 32 innings this year. He has 2 saves on the season, a 5.29 ERA, and 14 strikeouts against 16 walks. This Carter's here taking his warm-up pitches, and everybody's feeling good here at Don Sanders Stadium as NSYNC is playing. But the Bearcats, how about it? 4 straight innings with runs scored, 3 in the third, 2 in the fourth, 3 in the fifth, and now 3 in the sixth, giving them an 11-8 lead after trailing through 2.5 innings, trailing 8-0 through 2.5 innings. What resilience by these Bearcats. And some credit has to go to Cole Wesneski. He's come in 2 1/3 innings, shutout baseball, almost perfect baseball, really. But also, Matt Dillard, despite, just not starting off really well, he came in, he was able to calm the storm a little bit. Deggs left him in there just to, I guess maybe just to show himself that he can still get guys out, that he's still a good pitcher. Dillard ended on a positive note. Wesneski's come in and pitched well, and the Bearcats have chipped away, and now it's an avalanche of runs that they're scoring right now. Hitting is contagious, and the Bearcats are everybody's hitting right now. The first guy Dylan Carter is going to face is Jack Rogers, who's 1 for 3 today. 2 strikeouts, but then an RBI double that was smoked off the batter's eye back in the fourth. Let's see as Rogers getting into the box now with Gavin Johnson over there on first. And Carter stands in. Still hasn't set up. Taking a long look. Now he sets, and I think we're ready to go. No, we're not. Carter throws back to Johnson at first. Maybe now we'll play some baseball. A little long looking from Carter right here. He sets up and delivers. That ball misses up and away for ball 1. Carter, you got to figure they're going to ask for some length out of him. They've been using a lot of pitchers here the last few innings. Hunter Cooley gave him a good first 2 innings, and then after that, it's been rough on Owl pitching. As Rogers hits that in the center field, that will get down for a base hit. Johnson's going to go first to third on the play. And now the Bearcats have 2 runners on with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. And that's going to bring up the freshman shortstop, Jackson Lofton. I think Jack Rogers' day is done. Pinch running for Jack Rogers is going to be the senior outfielder, Darian Sims. I'm not sure who holds the unofficial title as fastest player on the Bearcats team. But if I were betting on a race of Bearcat baseball players, I'd probably bet on Darian Sims, one of the fastest, not the fastest player on the team. He's coming in for Rogers, a good defensive player as well. You figure he's stealing right here with Jackson Lofton at the plate. Doesn't go on that pitch as that fastball gets over the plate for a strike. So now a 3-run lead. Bearcats about to go into the last third of the game. Sims on as a defensive replacement for Rogers. And perhaps they want another runner in scoring position here with Lofton up. Sims not off as Lofton will foul that one off. So Jackson Lofton 2 for 3 today. 2 singles sandwiched in between an RBI ground out. The catcher Tony now calls for time. Looks like we're back ready to go here. Carter with the delivery. Lofton hits it back up the middle, right back to Carter though. He will jog and toss it over to the first baseman Summerall, and that'll be the end of the inning. But the Cats put 3 more runs up in the bottom of the 6th and now lead the game for the first time, 11-8. As we go into the last third of the ball game, we'll be back here with more Bearcat baseball on the Bearcat Sports Network. All right, and we're back with Bearcat baseball here on the Bearcat Sports Network. Cole Westnesky coming out for his 3rd inning of work now. And he will lead off the frame against Mitchell Hardigan. Freshman came in today hitting .345. 1 for 3 today. A line out, a pop out, sandwiched in between a monster home run. That first pitch fastball misses for a ball, 1-0. Hardigan, we saw him turn and burn once. A lot of power out of that left-hander's box. As now Wesnesky's going to ask for time. Wesnesky's been great so far, but there is action in that Bearcat bullpen here in the top of the 7th. Wesnesky, like a lot of these Bearcat pitchers, a bit of a hybrid. He can start, he can come out of the bullpen, he can give you length. And his 3rd inning of work now. That fastball catches the outside corner for a strike. I imagine Degg's just going to leave him in there for as long as he's effective. He was really effective last inning, going 1-2-3 very quickly. So Hardigan is going to hit that over to McKnight at second. He'll toss it to Hearn. That's out number 1. Wesnesky looking good and working fast right now. So that ground out's going to set the stage for, let's see, Richie Nett. Oh, wait, no, I think we have a pinch hitter coming up. Let's see. There we go. Number 19 DH, or number 19 pinch hitting for the DH, Jared DeSantolo. DeSantolo, lefty stepping into the box now. Their Nizza, a righty. Replacing him with the righty Wesneski on the mound, and that's going to be ball one. DeSantolo, 82 at bats this year, hitting 280 on the season. He's going to hit that in the air to left. Sims going to get his first action of the game. He settles under it, and that's going to be out number two. Like we said with Wesneski when he came in, not really a strikeout guy like his brother, a pitch-to-contact guy, and he's pitching to contact effectively, working very quickly against these Owls. And now Nicholas Toney, the catcher, is going to step into the box. 1 for 3 on today. One hit, a double back into third. Tony's going to pop that up. Hearn is under it, makes the play, and another quick inning for Cole Wesneski. Bearcats heading to the bottom of the 7th with their 3-run lead still intact. We'll be back with more Bearcat baseball here on the Bearcat Sports Network. And we're back with Bearcat baseball here on the Bearcat Sports Network. 9-1-2 coming up for the Cats. As leading off will be a 9-hole hitter, second baseman Riley McKnight. 1 for 3 on today, a single back into third, a fly out in the fourth, and a ground out in the fifth. As Dylan Carter's back out on the mound for the Owls. First pitch is on the way. McKnight will square around the bunt, and that will go foul. Pretty high bunt. So 0-1 to count now to McKnight. He saw the third baseman Montes playing back, and he saw an opportunity to steal a base right there. Another one of these guys, very fast, very athletic. Routine plays, not really routine with him. It's 0-1's the count now. As Carter stands in and delivers. McKnight's going to foul that one off for strike 2. And that time, the corner infielder was much more aware as Summerall and Montes both playing on the grass. And now McKnight behind in the count, 0-2. Carter delivers. McKnight hits that one the other way. Right fielder Morganson is there to make the play for out number 1. Tell you, we've seen the ball carry quite a bit right there, and Morganson was wary of that. As soon as that ball went off McKnight's back, he backed up because ball's been going over the outfielder's head today. Ball really carrying tonight in Huntsville as now the lineup turns over and the leadoff catcher, Jordan Cannon's going to step into the box. 2 for 4 on the day, has that average up to 394 on the season. And the first pitch breaking ball misses way outside, gets past the catcher for ball 1. One and 0 now to Cannon. Fastball inside, misses inside. 2 and 0. The catcher Tony held it there. He wanted that call. But the opposing catcher Cannon knew the strike zone, didn't swing. Now ahead in the count, 2 and 0. And Cannon goes back up the middle again for a base hit. Second straight base hit that went back up the middle. And that ball, an errant throw back into the infield, but they had it. The Owls had it backed up. Cannon stays on first. And now Colton Kauser steps into the box. 3 for 4 today. A single, a triple, another single. He's only halfway to the cycle so far, which he did in the last game. He got a triple out of the way, which is the hardest one. Although in the bottom of the 7th, not sure he'll get 2 more at-bats. And Kauser first pitch, he's going to foul it off, and it will go out of play. Almost breaking a window over there at the Bearcat Fieldhouse. But 0-1 to count now. Cannon did swipe second base last time he was on first. And after he did that, Kauser ended up bringing him home. See if the Bearcats have similar ideas here. As Dylan Carter gets back on the mound, Cannon gets his lead, and we're ready to go. Maybe not. Carter checks Cannon at first. Throws over there, Cannon safe easily, and we get ready to do all this again. And Carter sets. Cannon's off. Pitch is low. Tony had no chance to throw him out, and Jordan Cannon, the catcher, with his second stolen base of the game. Gosh, I love that. A catcher stealing bases. You just don't see it very often. One of the great things about Bearcat baseball. And now Cannon's on second for Kauser. Bearcats lead 11-8 here in the bottom of the 7th. They're being down 8-0 following the top of the 3rd inning. Kauser takes that pitch low. Ball 2. Or no, strike 2, my bad. Looked a little low from here. The home plate umpire has a better view than I do, though. Now it's 1-2 to count to Kauser. It's on the way, and Kauser chops that back to the second baseman. Urbias makes the play. Cannon gets over to third with 2 outs. And that will set the stage for Diego Davila. Maybe Kauser won't get that cycle today. And Davila looking for instruction from the dugout as he steps into the box. He's got a runner on third now with 2 outs. So Dylan Carter looks to get out of the inning. First pitch in the dirt, blocked by Tony there. 1-0. If you remember back in the 5th inning, the Bearcats tied the game on a ball in the dirt that got past the catcher. A wild pitch when Clayton Harp was able to score. Tied things up at 8. Second pitch from Carter just misses outside, 2-0. Guys, the Owls, you got to keep the Bearcats off the board here, especially the way Wesneski's pitching. And Tony almost loses that one. I think they had their signs mixed up there. Tony expecting a breaking pitch, was surprised with the fastball low in the zone. Able to corral it, though. It's now 3-0 to Davila with Hunter Hearn standing on deck. And Carter comes with it. Davila hits that into right field. It's going foul, and it will land out of play in foul territory. 3-1 to count now. See Davila, he had the green light there, 3-0. Degg showing a lot of confidence in the freshman. 2 for 4 on the day, a double and a single. Each of those in his last 2 at-bats in the 5th and 6th inning. Carter stands in. He's ready to go. Davila looks at that fastball over to outside corner for strike 2. Full count now as Dylan Carter looks to get out of this inning. And pitches on the way from Carter. Davila hits that high into right field. Morganson's under it. And he will make the play. Had a little bit of trouble with it out there. But the Owls keep the Cats off the board for the first time since the 2nd inning. The Cats do still lead 11-8 as we head into the top of the 8th inning. We'll be back with more Bearcat baseball here on the Bearcat Sports Network. All right, we're back here with more Bearcat baseball on the Bearcat Sports Network. Cole Wesneski back out for his 4th inning of work as he has been phenomenal today. And he will start things out against the number 9 hitter, Wilfredo Alvarez. Wesneski has allowed 1 hit today. That was to Alvarez in the 5th inning. As Wesneski starts out Alvarez with ball 1 inside. So far, Wesneski 3 1/3 innings, no walks, 1 hit, 2 strikeouts. And Alvarez hits it back up the middle, a base hit. Gosh, Wilfredo Alvarez is the one guy having success off Cole Wesneski right now. As he starts things out in the 8th, the leadoff single. He's going to set the stage for Eric Rivera. Rivera hit by a pitch in his last time up. He's 2 for 2 on the day. A walk, a double, a single, and a hit by pitch. Interesting 2 for 2 he's got there. As Alvarez comes off the bag, Wesneski delivers. First pitch fastball in there for a strike. It's 0-1 to count now. So Wesneski looks in there. And Rivera smokes that slider into left center field. Sims is giving it a chase. And he will make the catch out there in left field. Darian Sims falling down, making the play on the warning track. He'll keep Alvarez back there at first base and gets the out for Wesneski. He hung a slider out there, and Rivera knew what to do with it. But the speed of Darian Sims showing itself right there in left center field, making the play, falling down. 1 out here in the top of the 8th. And I think Wesneski's day is done. Deggs couldn't have asked for more from his young right-hander. We'll close out his line right now. 3 2/3 innings, 2 hits, 2 strikeouts. Phenomenal job by Wesneski today. They, really keeping the Bearcats in this game as they were making this rally. He's in line for the win if the lead holds. Or let's see, maybe Deggs is not pulling him out. I gotta tell you, I like this music in the ballpark right now. They're playing the Game of Thrones theme. And Wesneski's day is done, so that will be his line. 3 2/3 innings, no runs, 2 hits, 2 strikeouts. What a job by Cole Wesneski today. We'll introduce you to the new Bearcat pitcher when we come back with more Bearcat baseball on the Bearcat Sports Network. All right, we're back here with more Bearcat baseball on the Bearcat Sports Network. Cole Wesneski is out. Sophomore right-hander Landon Osley is into the game. Osley, 1-2 on the season, 24 innings pitched. ERA at 8.52, that's not pretty. 26 strikeouts and 28 walks. Control has really been a problem for him this year. I remember Osley, last year as a freshman, he was just referred to as a stud. Big righty, hard fastball, has some natural cut on it, really gets some swing and misses. He's had trouble with control this year, but man, when he is on, he is on. We were just talking about in the booth how he's really better than his ERA has shown. We'll see if he can bring that ERA down a bit here as he gets things started. First guy he'll face is the big, hulking left-handed first baseman Andrew Summerall. Summerall 1 for 3 on the day. Has a single, and he's also hitting to a double play. So, as Osley throws his final warm-ups, even watching him pitch in warm-ups, you can see the natural cut on that fastball. He's perhaps the hardest thrower on the Bearcats team. Fastball sits about 92, 93 miles an hour. Only guys that can challenge him are Hayden Wesneski and Will Duncan. Man, you wonder what Wiz could throw if he was a reliever. He gets up there about 92 miles an hour when he starts. So Landon Osley on the mound. Andrew Summerall in the box, and we're about ready to get underway. See Alvarez getting a slight lead off of first. First pitch from Osley. Fastball way out of the zone high. 1-0. Double-barreled action in the bullpen for the Cats. Cole Wesneski is responsible for the runner on first. Second pitch from Osley. Off speed, misses high for ball 2. 2-0 to count now as Osley needs to find a strike zone. 3-run lead for the Bearcats. Wesneski gave him 3 2/3 of great innings. Now they need Osley and perhaps help from somebody else to close this thing out. 5 outs to go. That breaking pitch gets in the zone for a strike. 2-1 now. Summerall, he's running into one double play today. The Bearcat faithful would love to see him do the same right here. Big hitter, a lot of power, but if he hits that thing on the ground to somebody, you can turn that double play. Osley looks like he overthrew that pitch right there. Misses way out of the zone. 3-1. It has not been pretty so far for him. He's got a runner on first. 1 out here. 3-1 count to Andrew Summerall. And that one will miss as well. Ball 4. And now the tying run's going to come up to the plate. Third baseman Joe Montes. He came into the game hitting .343. He's 0 for 4 today. To the Owls fans, though, and to the Owls players, and to Joe Montes, all that means that he's due for a big one. So Montes is going to step in here. So runners on first and second, 1 out. Osley takes a long look into Cannon for the sign. Now he's going to step off the mound. And he's ready to go. Pitch is on the way. Bounces that one for ball one. Look at Osley right now. He's almost trying too hard out there. Maybe just trying to throw the perfect pitch when he throws this breaking ball. And now Matt Deggs is out of the dugout with 2 runners on and 1 out in the 8th. I wonder if he'll give him any leeway or if Osley's day is done. Signal hasn't been made yet. Let's see, he's giving Osley a talking to out there. And his day is done. Well, I can close out Osley's line for you. Faced one hitter and walked him through the first ball of the game. Through the first ball of this at-bat to Montez. 6 pitches for Osley, 5 balls. His day is done. We'll introduce you to the new pitcher when we come back on the Bearcat Sports Network. All right, we're back with more Bearcat baseball here on the Bearcat Sports Network. It's a 1-0 count to Joe Montes. And into the game now is Cody Wolf. Wolf 2-1 in the season. Does have a save, 43 innings pitched on the year, a 4.40 ERA. He's working with 2 runners on and a tying run at the plate. First pitch from Wolf gets in there for a strike. Now 1-1 in the count. Cody Wolf got off to a great start to the season, pitching five shutout innings in the opener against Manhattan. Or against Stetson, my bad. And that one is drilled by Montes in the left center field. It'll go over the wall for a home run, and this game is tied at 11. A hanging breaking ball from Cody Wolf. Right over the wall from Joe Montes. We're now tied at 11. 2 pitches by Wolf, 3 runs for Florida Atlantic. It's their second home run of the game. So we started off the game 8 straight runs for the Owls, followed by 11 consecutive runs for the Bearcats. And now a 3-run homer by Montes knots things up at 11 here in the top of the 8th inning. So Cody Wolf stay on the mound now to face Bobby Morganson. And Morganson hits that over Davila's head at third base, so he's able to backtrack and get it for out number 2. So Wolf turns it around right there. 2 outs. Now stepping into the box, second baseman Francisco Urbaez. And Deggs is coming out again. He's coming out to talk to the umpire, though, not to talk to his pitcher. Not sure what this is about. Just a chat, though. Now we get some new balls out there, and I think we're ready to go. Wolf sets up on the mound, and Urbaez sets up at the plate. Second baseman is 2 for 3 today. Also has been hit by a pitch. First pitch from Wolf, a curveball, gets in there for a strike. Or I think that was Wolf's slider. A lot of tilt on that. That one was definitely his fastball, and now he got a strike low in the zone there. It's 0-2. Oh and 2, 2 outs now. Narvaez fights that one off into right field. Cowser, though, makes the play out on the line. Wolf's out of the inning, but not before allowing a 3-run homer to Montes. We are now tied at 11 going into the bottom of the 8th. We'll be back with more Bearcat baseball here on the Bearcat Sports Network. All right, we're back with more Bearcat baseball here on the Bearcat Sports Network. Dylan Carter is still on the mound for the Owls, but Tony is no longer Nicholas Tony is no longer his catcher. Junior Pedro Pages is into the game now. And Carter will make the first pitch to Hunter Hearn for a strike on the outside corner. So Carter back out for a second inning of work. He'll face Hearn, Harp, and Gavin Johnson, the senior trio. Breaking ball just misses outside, 1-1. One count to Hearn here in the bottom of the 8th. Hearn gets under that one. It's in foul territory. Montes will track it, but it's going to land on top of the field house for strike 2. So quick recap here. Florida Atlantic opened up the game, first 3 innings, 8 runs on the board, took an 8-0 lead to the bottom of the 3rd. The Bearcats entered, scoring 8 runs in the next 3 innings. Then in the bottom of the 6th, scoring 3 more runs to tie it up at 11. But then a 3-run homer by Joe Montes in the last inning tied the game at 11. Fastball just misses outside for ball 2. It's now 2-2 to Hearn. So we're not up at 11 here in the bottom of the 8th. And Carter delivers. Fastball up, misses. 3-2 now. Oh, Pages wants that one for his pitcher. Now he's in a full count with Hunter Hearn. Hearn, someone with a lot of power. Payoff pitch is on the way. That will miss up and in, and Hunter Hearn will walk over to first. And that will bring up Clayton Harp with a runner on. You figure something's going to be up with Hearn right now up there on first. A hit and run, a steal, something is going to be on. At the very least, they're going to want to get Hearn over to second with 1 out. He's going to get a pretty big lead over there off first. First pitch from Carter. Breaking ball on the outside for strike 1, and Clayton Harp did not like that too much. Little backdoor breaking ball from Dylan Carter. That breaking ball misses low and in for ball one. Carter not checking Hearn over there at first either time. He's working quickly to Clayton Harp. And Harp sends that into center field. Riviera's going back to the track. He's going to make the play on the warning track. Probably about 6 feet in front of the wall out there. Clayton Harp, a hard line drive, tailing away. But Riviera able to make it. Now it's 1 out in the inning with Gavin Johnson coming up to the plate. Johnson's going to stand in. He's still going to have Hearn on first base. You see the ball's carrying tonight. That one from Harp didn't quite carry far enough. Great job by Riviera. He got a really good jump on it. And now Carter will throw over to first. That's the first time he's checked on Hearn. Hearn gets back easily. Probably a good call from Carter right there as Hearn was getting aggressive with his lead. He had yet to check on him. Pitch is on the way, and Johnson swings and misses. Big swing from Gavin Johnson right there. 0-1 to count now. Definitely Johnson was sitting fastball right there, and Dylan Carter pulled the string. 0-1 count now with 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th. Pitch on the way, misses up and away. 1-1 now. There is some wind now in the ballpark, and the wind is blowing in. Harp can say his ball got knocked down. Another off-speed pitch misses up and away to Johnson. 2-1 now. On deck for the Bearcats is Darian Sims, the speedy Darian Sims. And that comeback win over Nebraska and Frisco, I've mentioned a couple times today. Darian Sims is the man that got the walk-off hit. Could have a chance to be the hero again today. As Carter checks Hearn over there back at first. Pitch is on the way. Carter swings at that one low and in for a strike. It's now 2-2. Johnson 2 for 4 on the day. 2 singles, an RBI single on the 6th. He struck out looking in the 2nd. And he flied out to left back in the 5th inning, but an error on Hardigan, the left fielder, allowed Johnson to reach. So he's been on base 3 times today. Pitch is on the way, and Johnson's going to foul that one off. 2-2 now. We've seen a couple of times today when the ball's hit high in the air, the outfielders from both teams have had a little bit of trouble with it. It was a pretty ugly day here in Huntsville. Wonder if there's something in the sky making the ball hard to track at the moment. 2-2 count now to Johnson, and he swings and misses. Dylan Carter pulls a string right there. Gavin Johnson couldn't lay off, and there's 2 away now in the bottom of the 8th. Stepping in for the Bearcats is going to be Darian Sims. So Sims came into the game for Jack Rogers. Came in back in the bottom of the 6th inning. Sims batting .200, just 2 for 10 on the year. He was in as a defensive replacement earlier. He's going to pop that one up. The shortstop Alvarez tracking it. Now Hardigan will come in and make the play, and that will end the inning. Heading to the 9th inning now in an 11-all ball game. We'll be back here with more Bearcat baseball on the Bearcat Sports Network. And we're back with Bearcat Baseball here on the Bearcat Sports Network as Sweet Caroline is playing across Don Sanders Stadium. Cody Wolf is back out there for the ninth, and he will start things off against Mitchell Hardigan. First pitch to Hardigan is low and in for ball one. So Wolf, first batter, he faced Joe Montes in the last inning. A 3-run bomb into left center field, which tied things up. Hardigan fouls that one off. And that leads us where we are right now, tied at 11 here going into the top of the ninth. So it's Hardigan, De Santolo, and then Pedro Pages, the new catcher, due up for the Owls. 1-1 count, Wolf delivers. Fastball, it gets the outside corner for strike two. In the bottom of the ninth for the Bearcats, they'll send 8-9-1 to the plate. Jackson Lofton, Riley McKnight, and Jordan Cannon. Now it's a 1-2 from Cody Wolf. That ball misses low and in for ball two. Counts even now. So Wolf working quickly here. He's ready to go, and he's going. And that one will be fouled off by Hardigan. It's still 2-2. So Hardigan 1 for 4 on the day. His one hit, that monster home run back in the third inning. This season, Hardigan, a freshman, hitting .341, a .423 on base percentage as well. That breaking ball misses outside, 3-2 now. DeSantolo on deck as Wolf delivers. And that was going to be fouled off as well. We're still at 3-2. This would be big for the Owls if Hardigan got on base. There are two guys up in the Bearcats bullpen, so I don't imagine Wolf's leash is very long. Payoff pitch on the way. Hardigan grounds that down the first base line, but foul. So we stay at 3-2 here. So 6, 7, 8 due up for the Owls in this inning. If they get two guys on, they'll go back to Riviere at the top of the order. And once again, the payoff pitch is on the way. And it gets away from the catcher, but the ump says he didn't swing anyway. Ball 4. Hardigan's on first, and now DeSantolo will come up to bat. The Bearcats do have pitchers up in the bullpen. Looks like Wolf is going to stick out there, though, for Jared DeSantolo. Left-hander who pinch hit for designated hitter Richie Nizza. Playing the matchups here, Nizza got the at-bats off the right-hander, got the at-bats off the lefty Dillard. DeSantolo came in. He faced Cole Wesneski and now Cody Wolf, two righties. First at-bat, DeSantolo flew out to left field. That was Darian Sims' first action of the game. He fouled off the first pitch for strike one. You see Hardigan now getting a bit of a lead over there off first. DeSantolo, did he go? They're going to say he went. That's going to be strike two. 0-2 to count now. Or no, they say he didn't go. 1-1. Thought the motion that he did. 1-1 count now to DeSantolo with nobody out here in the top of the ninth. Wolf going to check over there on Hardigan. He gets back in safely. And Hardigan's now going to get his lead off of first. DeSantolo into the box. Wolf once again checks on him. Hardigan ready for it. Gets back to the bag. We're still here in a 1-1 count. DeSantolo takes that one inside, almost hit him. Hardigan faked the steal right there, didn't go. It's 2-1 now. Owls have yet to run on the Bearcats here. Let's see if they do so in the ninth. DeSantolo, he's over to McKnight at second. He will take the easy play at first, taking the sure out. That's one away, and Hardigan reaches second base. Would have been really hard to turn a double play right there. That slow chopper, not a sure out over there at second. The Bearcats just wanted the out. But now the Owls have a runner in scoring position for Pedro Pages. Pages, a normal catcher for the Owls, hitting .320 on the season. What's more eye-popping is that .451 on base percentage, 4 home runs, and 34 RBIs this year as well. Facing Nicholas Toney for most of this game. Pedro Pages is a much bigger bat at the bottom of that order. First pitch from Wolf, a curveball that's into dirt for ball 1. So Pages, with hard to get on second, has the chance to put the Owls ahead with a ball that hits the outfield grass. 1-0 pitch on the way. Fastball that catches the bottom of the zone for strike 1. On deck for the Owls is a 9-hole hitter, Alvarez, the shortstop. Fredo Alvarez is 3 for 3 on the day from the 9-hole. Curveball from Wolf gets Pages looking. Really froze him right there. It's now 1-2. Pages takes time to adjust his batting gloves right here. Sitting on the bench most of the game. Now he's just inserted into action. And the Owls' biggest at-bat of the night. Wolf sets up for the 1-2, and Pages calls for time. So 1-2 count, 1 out here in the top of the 9th. Hardigan standing on second base for Pedro Pages. And now J.C. Ariani's coming out of the Bearcats dugout. He wants to talk to his pitcher. A lot of mound visits tonight. And as the whole infield's coming in right now. Oh no, Cody Wolf is done. In a 1-2 count in the top of the 9th inning, Bearcats are taking out Cody Wolf. We'll close out his line and introduce you to the new pitcher when we come back here on the Bearcat Sports Network. So we're back here on the Bearcat Sports Network. Cody Wolf is out of the game. He'll close out his line. 1 inning pitch, 1 earned run. He allowed the 3-run homer. He's responsible for the runner on second. So one inning pitch, 1 earned run. He allowed a 3-run homer. Was only responsible for the 1 guy. And now into the game is a left-hander, Brad Demko. Only 9 2/3 inning pitched this year. A 4.58 ERA. 14 strikeouts against 7 walks. Demko, a junior, was used quite a bit his freshman and sophomore year. Not quite as much this year, but he's asked to get a couple of big outs right now. As a lefty, Demko is now on to face Pedro Pages, a right-handed hitter, in a 1-2 count. So interested to see what Matt Deggs is thinking right here. We'll see if this is a bit of a gamble. We'll see if it works out for him. Not often you see a pitcher replaced in a 1-2 count. Perhaps Cody Wolf's hurt something on the mound. I don't really know. And now Demko's ready to go to Pages with 1-2. It's on the way, and he gets Pages swinging. Swing and a miss. Brad Demko gets the strikeout. There's now 2 away in the top of the 9th. And now stepping in for the Owls is shortstop number 4, Wilfredo Alvarez. Alvarez is 3 for 3 on the day. Reached base all 4 times he's been up. 3 singles and a walk for the 9-hole hitter who has his average up to 320 right now. And now we'll be facing a lefty, Brad Demko. Just got the strikeout. And the first pitch from Demko is on the way. Fastball misses away for ball 1. See, it's not very often you see a manager replace his pitcher with 2 strikes. And a 2-strike count against a very good hitter. But Deggs went for it, and it worked out. Demko gets the strikeout on the fastball in the last at-bat. Now down 1-0 here as he calls for time. Against Wilfredo Alvarez, a 9-hole hitter who's been on fire today, 3 for 3. And if he makes it 4 for 4, it could be 12-11 Owls. Demko looks over to second. Pitch is on the way, and it misses outside for ball 2. See the second baseman, McKnight, playing pretty deep in the hole over there. Jackson Lofton shading towards center field, but still on the third base side of the bag. The 2-0 is on the way, now on the way from Demko. Fastball catches the outside corner for strike 1. Two and 1 now as Demko circles the mound and is ready to get back going. And we're ready to go here. Demko on the way. Alvarez goes at that one. It's strike 2. I think that caught the zone there, low and away. 2-2 count now with 2 outs here in the top of the 9th. Game is all tied on 11. With Mitch Hardigan standing on second base over there. You figure anything in the outfield, he scores. Now Demko's ready to go. Alvarez ready to go. Pitch is on the way. And he got him looking. Brad Demko with the strikeout. See, motions to the crowd. Ring them up. Brad Demko comes in. 2 strikeouts against 2 hitters. Bearcats keep it tied as we go into the bottom of the 9th now with the game all tied at 11. We'll be back with the finish here on the Bearcat Sports Network. And we're back with more Bearcat baseball here on the Bearcat Sports Network. We got a new pitcher to introduce for you for Florida Atlantic, but first let's close out the line for Dylan Carter. 2 1/3 innings, 2 hits, no runs allowed, a strikeout and a walk. Carter kept the Owls in this game, and now they have a tie one going into the bottom of the 9th. So the new pitcher in for the Owls is Zach Schneider. Snyder's pitched 39 innings this year. He has a 3-2 record. He's their closer, has 11 saves with a 2.75 ERA. Schneider, a high strikeout pitcher, 42 strikeouts in 39 innings against just 10 walks. And Schneider will work against the bottom against 8, 9, and 1. But it looks like Jackson Lofton will be replaced by another Jackson. Jackson Grisham will step into the box now. Utility player from College Station, Texas. The senior Grisham will step in against Schneider, the side armor, as he throws ball 1 on the outside. So the lefty Jackson Grisham will lead off. Riley McKnight's due up second, and then the leadoff catcher Jordan Cannon will be third. Pitch on the way from Schneider. Fastball misses on the outside, ball 2. 2-0 now to Grisham. You figure if Grisham gets on, they'll probably pinch a run for him with like Mac Odom on the bench. And Grisham ball outside, 3-0. So Grisham hits only 245 on the season, but a very patient hitter, a 414 on base percentage. And it's clear he's in to draw the walk right now. I don't imagine he'll have the green light on 3-0. Slider that time catches the outside part of the zone for strike 1. 3-1 to count. Schneider ready to go. It's on the way. That also catches the outside corner. 3-2 now. And here we go. 3-2, the payoff pitch on the way to Grisham. And he's able to foul that one off. Owls not wasting any time here. They got their closer out there on the mound for the bottom of the 9th. Not wanting the bottom of this Bearcat order to walk things off. Grisham fouls it off again right there. 3-2. And for the Bearcats, whether it's the bottom of the order, top of the order, all these guys can hit. They can all put it in play. This pack style of baseball, they can all beat you. And I was trying to get out of Huntsville tonight with a win. And the payoff pitch is on the way again to Jackson Grisham. As no, it's not. He calls time. Schneider's ready to go. Pitch is on the way. It misses outside. Ball 4, and Jackson Grisham's on first. We'll see if he stays there. And nope. Jackson Grisham is out of the game, and that looks like Mac Odom coming into the game. I'm going to make a bold prediction and say Mac Odom's going to steal. And now Riley McKnight's going to step in. If Mac Odom gets a stolen base and McKnight's still in the box, I would not be at all surprised if McKnight lays down a sacrifice to get Odom over to third. So the first pitch from Schneider. Oh, and they pick Odom off of first. Oh, man. Schneider throws a slider on the outside, misses as McKnight was trying to lay down to bunt. And Mac Odom got a huge lead off first, but was thrown out by Pedro Pages behind the plate. Mac Odom a little too aggressive base running right there, and that's going to be the first out of the inning. A big blow to the Bearcats here in the 9th. Second pitch from Schneider misses outside to McKnight. Ball 2. Oh, man, for the Bearcats, Jackson Grisham getting the walk. Mac Odom pitch running. That's exactly what you wanted. They were trying to lay down the bunt to start it off. Pitch from Schneider there, right down the middle for a strike. 2-1. Ball was way out of the zone. McKnight pulls back the bunt. Odom too far off the bag. Pages heads up play to get it over to first for the out. So here we go, 2-1 delivery now to McKnight. Fastball misses outside, 3-1. So McKnight ahead 3-1 in the count here. And you got the catcher Jordan Cannon on deck. And we're on the way from Schneider. McKnight shows bunt and he pulls it back. Ball 4. And now Riley McKnight will take his base. Now McKnight, another guy with a whole lot of speed over there. Only 3 stolen bases on the year, but it doesn't really do it justice. You see him beat out a lot of ground balls, beat out a lot of bunt singles. A lot of speed over there. Usually hitting the 2-hole in front of Colton Cowser, so they probably don't want to steal with him coming up. And now Jordan Cannon steps into the box with Colton Cowser on deck. McKnight on first. First pitch from Steiner, and Cannon lines it into the gap. That's going to get down and go all the way to the ball. McKnight's coming around third. He's going to come home, and the Bearcats walk it off. Jordan Cannon, the walk-off RBI double, and the Bearcats win 11-12. Unbelievable. Down 8-0 after 2 innings. Come back and win 12-11. The Sam Houston State Bearcats, an unbelievable come-from-behind victory. Jordan Cannon walking it off. What a game for the Bearcats. Largest comeback win of the season, down 8-0 after the top of the 3rd inning. Coming back, chipping away at the lead. Cole Wesneski played a big role, being scoreless through 3 2/3 innings, keeping the Owls off the board. Bearcats constantly chipping away. What a toughness win for the Bearcats. And how about Jordan Cannon? We finish off his line today. 4 for 6 for the leadoff hitting catcher. A double, a triple, a couple of singles, and of course 3 RBIs, and of course the big one there at the end, bringing Riley McKnight around from third to come home. What a game. What a game is all I can say. And that's a big one for the Bearcats. They keep their momentum going. After a rough patch in the last couple of weeks, they've won their 3rd game in a row, and that's a big one now, hoping to keep that going as they head to Hammond, Louisiana this weekend and take on the Southeastern Louisiana Lions. Sam Houston State and Southeastern tied atop the Southland Conference right now. This could be for the conference regular season championship and the #1 seed in Sugar Land in a couple of weeks at the Southland Conference tournament. Regardless of what happens, what a win for the Bearcats tonight. This has been Gabe Myers on the call today. Thank you guys all for tuning in. Bearcats win 12-11, and we'll see you next time here on the Bearcat Sports Network.